Enforcers get set to take on the Mentor Icebreakers for the first time this season. It has been a long time since the Enforcers stepped foot in the barn here in Mentor, Ohio. The Icebreakers had started off the season very, very hot, but then kind of fell off a little bit here as of late, as the Icebreakers now sit in 4th place in the Eastern Division. Of course, a record for Mentor, 14-23-0-3, just 45 points on the year, so trailing back by a number against the Watertown Wolves. Well, the Enforcers have leapt their way into 2nd place after a slow start with a 22-13-2-3 record. Of course, the Enforcers happy to be back on the road where they are 13-4-2-2. I'll tell you what, the road has been a comfortable place for the Elmira Enforcers. Only 7 losses all year, only 6 losses all year, and 2 of those they got points in anyway. So you can't be disappointed in that. But 13 big wins, as well as 2 in overtime, those are amazing numbers for the Elmira Enforcers, and I can guarantee you they're going to take them any day of the week. Now, of course, we're going to get into starting lineups and all that, but before we do, we've got to get through the lineup scratches, which are brought to you by Arnett Health, the official healthcare provider of your Elmira Enforcers. Lineup scratches tonight for the Elmira Enforcers: Tom Tracy, Trent Durocher, Cameron Yarwood, who got ill as we made our way out here to Mentor. We'll hope he'll be back on the ice tomorrow night, but Cam is going to rest up tonight and hopefully feel a little bit better. And Ahmed Mahfouz out nursing an upper body injury, so we'll hope that he's back ready to go when we get home on Sunday for the Delaware Thunder. On the other side of the puck for the Mentor Icebreakers, Richard Pinkowski, their leading scorer, Declan Conway, and Joseph Keenan all scratched for the Icebreakers here tonight. Now we'll talk starting goalies, which is brought to you by the Elmira Enforcers Pro Shop, conveniently located inside the rec rink. Get your sticks, tape, skate sharpened, and all the newest in top-of-the-line equipment for your skater or goaltender right at the first arena. Starting goaltender for your Elmira Enforcers, Mighty Joe Young, will take the spot in between the pipes. Mighty Joe Young, 7-1 on the season, a .283 goals against average, and a save percentage of .925. That's impressive for the NHL, not to mention the FPHL. So glad to see Joe Young stepping back in between the pipes. On the other side, a familiar name and a familiar foe for the Elmira Enforcers, Frankie McClendon, who was traded from the Carolina Thunderbirds to the Mentor Icebreakers back about a month and a half ago. McClendon now 4-4, 380 goals against, 883 save percentage, but he does have a shutout, and I watched him play a shootout against his former team, and honestly, I thought he deserved a little bit better results, as Mentor did fall in that game, but pushed Carolina to the limit, so we'll have to see what kind of effort we see from Frankie McClendon here tonight from the Mentor Icebreakers. Want to remind everybody as well, thank Dandy, it's Wednesday is back. We talked about it during the Wednesday game night as we took on the NYPD. Large cheese pizzas are just $5.99 every Wednesday with toppings for only $1. Specialty large pizzas only $7.99 and large signature pizzas only $9.99. Call your store to order $5.99 large cheese pizzas every Wednesday and let Dandy take care of dinner. But if you're like me, and not so much a dinner person, but you like the lunch. You like to lunch. Dandy's got that covered, too. For a limited time, you can pick up an Italian chicken finger half sub for just $3.50. Customize it with your favorite toppings and cheese at the kiosk. And what goes great with a sub? New loaded fries. Hot, crispy Dandy fries topped with your choice of chili and cheese, bacon and cheese, buffalo chicken and blue cheese, or chicken bacon ranch for only $4. Add to your favorite Dandy sub or pizza for a Dandy meal. Only at Dandy Mini Marts. We got some great stuff going on up here, and hopefully everybody's enjoying it. We got a great guy back on the camera once again as John the bus driver takes over, so please direct all your hatred towards him as John will take over, and we thank him as always for pulling double duty out here on the road. And of course, here in Mentor, the crowd is really built up here tonight. Glad to see it looking a bit fuller around here tonight. And of course, you always like to see teams do well as they get set for the end of the season, and of course the playoff push. The Breakers, as they were just referred to, so I guess I can call them that now, the Breakers are in a playoff rush themselves as they try to catch third place Watertown, and of course try to stay ahead of Delaware, who the Enforcers will see on Sunday afternoon. And again, that's a 4 p.m. start, not to confuse anyone, usually 7:05, 4 p.m. on Sunday. It's a matinee affair. Bring your senior citizen, bring your child, have them come out and catch an Elmira Enforcers game the timing's perfect. You can have them to bed before bedtime and even maybe some dinner. As the Enforcers get set to kick things off here against the Icebreakers, we're going to head down to Coach's Corner, have a quick talk with Brent Clark, see what he has to say on the subject, and then we'll have your starting lineups when we get back. Stay with us here on Mixler.com. Obviously a big couple of games here. Your first time you're seeing Mentor this season, and your first time back in this arena since one game before the playoffs last year. What do you guys have to do tonight to keep the streak moving?
Just play our game. We got a couple of guys sick right now, but we just got to, it's currently on the road here, got sick, a big virus going around, but just got to keep going. And, we haven't seen these guys, even though that they're in our loop, and, we don't know what they have. All I know is that they're a hard-working team, and, just from watching video, we just got to play our game and see how we go match up against these guys.
You talk about video, obviously that's always huge, but you got a guy in the locker room now who played for this team since its inception. How much did you lean on Mark Essery for trying to learn about this team that you haven't seen yet this year?
A little bit, most you can do is watch video and see how that's going on. But yeah, you ask them a few questions about how certain things go. And again, we haven't seen these guys all season. They're a different team than they were last year, and they're probably better than they were last year. And last year they weren't that bad. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Obviously, both of you guys in a playoff spot in the eastern side of things. Obviously, a little bit of pressure coming up as you're still trying to reach after Danbury and don't play them again this year. How important are these divisional games over games against teams in the Western Conference? They're huge. You want to keep climbing the ladder, and it's a big weekend for us. Danbury's playing against the River Dragons, so hopefully the Dragons can take a few games, and we can start, take a few games and start trying to climb and catch Danbury maybe near the end, but you never know. We'll just do the best we can and finish where we can. Obviously, second place, not exactly a lock at the moment. Still Watertown nipping at your heels. So games against Mentor and against other teams in the East, whether it be Delaware on Sunday, Watertown, again, 4 more times coming up at First Arena. All these games seem to have playoff implications. Is this team playoff ready right now? Yeah. We want to get better, obviously, but right now I like where we're at, where we're headed now that we have Timo back and a couple pieces that way. I think we're just going to slowly get, consistent, and everything's just going to be fine-tuning from here on out. Well, you segued into it there. Stepan Timofeyev rejoins the team. Obviously had a big physical game there on Wednesday night against the NYPD. What, for fans who may be just joining this year, what does Timo add to the team, obviously, other than that toughness? He's a skilled player. He's going to score us a bunch of goals, and he's a great playmaker, good skater all around, and he's got that chippy edge on his, chip on his shoulder that I like, and that's what the Enforcers are like. And Robbie and I and our whole team atmosphere is team tough, and he's one of those guys. So. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks, Coach. We'll be back here on the Mixler.com pregame show. All right. Well, there you have it from head coach Brent Clark. Obviously, he's got a lot on his mind, and he's trying to make those final decisions. Obviously, trade deadline a week from Monday, so the Enforcers really keeping their eye on everything and trying to make sure that they have got themselves playoff ready. This is the final push, and you heard Coach Clark allude to it. The Columbus River Dragons taking on the Danbury Hat-Tricks, and right now the Hat-Tricks a 1-0 lead in the first period, but that's a long way from over. Obviously, Enforcers fans are scoreboard watching tonight and rooting on those Columbus River Dragons up there in Danbury. Of course, just a 2-game set. Next weekend, Danbury heads down for a 3-game set against the River Dragons in Columbus. So the games are they're counting down now after tonight. The Enforcers just 19 games left, so they're going to have to really push if they're going to catch first place. The standings speak for themselves right now. Enforcers in no way out of first place. They just 11 points back of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Unfortunately, the problem is you don't face that team. When you had all those games with Danbury earlier and the roster was short, and obviously the Enforcers struggled to come away with wins in that series as Danbury did take the season series, that made it difficult for the Enforcers now down the stretch. But it's not impossible. 11 points can be easily overcome, especially when each game is worth 3 points here in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Going to be interesting down the stretch, and I truly believe that the Enforcers have the lineup that's not only ready to compete for a title, but is right there and ready to be the exemplary force in the FPHL right now. That being said, let's take a look at the special teams, which has been, well, something special as of late, as right now Elmira is sitting in second in the East and third in the entire league in the power play percentage.
22.2% on the power play. The man advantage has been absolutely stellar. On the penalty kill side of things, once again the Enforcers killing it. Best in the East on the penalty kill. And, well, not quite there. Fourth best in the league. A lot of positive penalty kill over there on the other side of the league in the Western Conference. We'll get into it now. Hot player to watch tonight going to be number 27, Hudson Michaelis. He's got 33 games played, 22 goals, 26 assists, 38 points for 17 penalty minutes with a plus 17. Despite being held off the score sheet Friday night, Michaelis rebounded in the closing 2 games of the weekend last weekend and finished with 3-3 with 3 goals and an assist. Kind of a crazy night. Crazy couple nights, as Hudson has continued to impress the faceoff circle this season, and as just a rookie, he's turning heads in the Fed. So thank you so much for that, and we are going to get right into starting lineups here now as we turn our attention to the Enforcers and their starting lineup here tonight. As we take a look at the screen here. So the Enforcers going to put out Andrew Harrison, Mark Essery, who's making his homecoming here tonight, and Brendan Hussey centering them. As on the backside, going to be Glenn Patterson and the newcomer, Kyler Matthews on defense. And starting in goal, as we already mentioned, Joe Young, who's definitely going to be one of the players to watch here tonight. Just a second. Excuse me there, folks. And we turn our attention to the hometown Mentor Icebreakers. Taking a look down there, they're going to start with Alexander Morrow, Yuri Pastuka, Nathan Farrington. It's going to be Mark Steele on defense alongside former Enforcer Dom Horvath. And back in the net, as we already talked about, Frankie McClendon. So again, a couple of former Carolina Thunderbirds with Pastuka and McClendon. But the Enforcers ready to go here tonight. They have been up and ready since leaving Elmira a little bit earlier today, as they left this morning about 11 a.m. and got in here right around 4 o'clock. It was a nice, shorter drive. The Enforcers, who have been having to go through some bears of a trip, their last trip, Danville, Illinois, to Port Huron, Michigan, before coming home. This weekend, a little bit easier. Playing Mentor here tonight, playing Mentor tomorrow. Tomorrow, an early start. Want to remind everybody, 6 p.m. start tomorrow. So make sure you're tuned in here to YouTube or live on Mixler.com with me here tomorrow night at roughly about 5:45 with a 6 p.m. puck drop. So we'll be having some fun here from the Mentor Ice Arena as we're waiting. We're hearing there's quite a new pregame show, so we're very excited to see what they've got going on here at the Mentor Ice Arena. As Brent Clark has finally retreated down to the locker room, we were keeping an eye on Coach Clark. Here, a little different area for the head coaches. They get a little bit more chance to scout, as they can sit right up in the bleachers and have a chance to look right on down on the players during the warm-ups. And you see Coach Clark taking in all of that action, and you kind of wonder what goes through a coach's brain in that, and we'll have to talk to him about it on the next Coach's Corner. Now again, tonight, it's the eve of the Miracle on Ice. It is the 40th anniversary, if you can believe that. I was not yet born, contrary to some people's popular beliefs, but the Miracle on Ice took place in Lake Placid as the youngins, as they were called at the time, from Team USA, a bunch of college kids, came out and beat the mighty USSR. And if you haven't seen the movie Miracle, apparently they're going to feature some of that here tonight. They're also going to be reminiscing about that throughout the evening. I thought maybe we'd see some jerseys, but we did see the regular blue jerseys. As we're taking a look, let's give you guys a little bit look at an upgrade here to the Mentor facility. We'll just circle down real quick. And there's now a video board down there on the right-hand side of the rink. So Mentor is stepping up here and getting the technology going. As I said, I hear there's going to be quite the new pregame show here tonight. So interesting additions everywhere we go in the FPHL. We'll see what that looks like when we get started here. As the time is ticking down, we're running out of time. But we are getting set here for the opening puck drop, which is brought to you, as always, by Rob Sweet State Farm Agency on Market Street in downtown Corning. Or you can visit them on the web, where you can bundle home, auto, and life for a sweet hat trick at sweetrob.com. So we ending the pregame show here, as there's the buzzer to signal the officials, I believe, and now they'll have to cut through the crowd just down below us to get out there on the ice. They now have to wait for a family of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to make their way by. As I do see, as always, some Enforcers fans in the house. Saw some black and neon green down there to my right-hand side. Always happy to see the Enforcer fans. They travel so well and constantly make an impact. You can see head coach Brent Clark there off to the left-hand side of the screen. As we get set for action, the officials have made their way out, and now it's just about time for the Icebreakers to make their way onto the ice. There come the Elmira Enforcers, led out by Joe Young, and followed very quickly by Brendan Hussey. Hussey looks ready to go. He is out moving, taking the Ahmed Mahfouz spot. There's Stepan Timofeyev making his return to official game action. He'll be wearing number 12 here tonight.
And now, fans, we have your Ginley Village.
Tyler Jurich took over his number 22 when he came over from Watertown.
Left wing, number 13,
So they've got the starting lineup coming over the in-house PA right now. As you hear some cheering for the Elmira's number 4, Mark Essery.
On defense, number 91, Glenn Patterson.
As they're getting the starting lineup underway.
Tyler Matthews. And in goal this evening for Elmira.
So Joe Young,
Joe Young,
the man in between the pipes. 7-1 record so far. Mighty Joe Young has lived up to the nickname, and he's going to be looking to keep it up here tonight. Mentor has not been an easy place to play for the Enforcers. Troy Passingham had his struggles here. Last season, Nick Nieder played a couple of games here. A couple other goalies had a few turns here, too. We seem to be in Mentor quite a bit last season. This season, clearly not the case, as this is our lone trip out here, despite being a divisional rival. Now the clock's hit 0, and I believe they go, yes, as the lights go down, and now some blue lights glowing down there to the left. And hold on, here's some of this ice show that we were talking about a little bit earlier. Are you ready? We're ready for some hockey. Yes, 100% ready for some hockey here. Just let me get that graphic out of the way so you guys can enjoy this along with us. There's a shark swimming through the ice here. As now the Icebreakers getting set to make their entrance onto the ice. As the Icebreakers logo takes over at center ice. And now the fans getting excited. As the Icebreakers will make their way out. As I said, former Enforcer Dom Horvath will be taking the ice for Mentor. Alexander Morrow, the first one out of the gate for the Mentor Icebreakers. Yuri Pastuka makes his way out. Again, a former Carolina Thunderbird who celebrated on First Arena Ice last year. Nate Farrington makes his way out next. He's the captain. He and Mark Essery had a long discussion there before this game took place. As now they continue to introduce the Icebreakers lineup, and now here comes Dom Horvath, former Elmira Enforcer, makes his way out. And starting in goal tonight, obviously we've talked about it a couple of times, Frankie McClendon. So, we're going to step outside. We'll have a quick commercial break here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. And when we come back, we will have the national anthem. You're listening to Elmira Enforcers. And when we come back, it's time for opening faceoff.
The Icebreakers are coached by Mr. Ian Duncan, assisted by Sebastian Reitno.
All right, and with that means it's time for the opening face-off here at center ice. Live from Mentor, Ohio, Frankie McClendon down to the right, Joe Young down to the left. Enforcers will skate left to right in those away white and neon green jerseys, and the Mentor Icebreakers, wearing their home navy blues, will get set and skate from right to left. So, once again, the brand new system up and running. Hoping you're all enjoying the graphics package, as well as the live stream here from Mentor Ice Arena. Thank you for tuning in, as always, here on YouTube and on Mixlr.com. Head coach Brent Clark has the boys up on the bench. They're ready to bang the boards. And we'll see how this goes, as the referees checking something down in the Mentor goal. As we've seen here in Mentor last season, they do have some difficulty keeping the net on its moorings. So we'll have to see if that comes into play here tonight. The leading referee was poking away at something down there. Now we appear set to go, as Brendan Hussey and Nathan Farrington having a discussion. Puck is dropped and we are off and underway. So the Enforcers lose the opening faceoff. It is moved up quickly. Morrow's pass intercepted by Hussey, sent back and through, and Steele was able to steal that puck. Morrow goes back to play. Morrow throws it back into his own zone as he's harassed by Essery. Thrown back around defensively by Horvath. Essery pushes it ahead, and he tries to move on it. Mark Essery digging for it. Pushed through there by Andrew Harrison. Harrison dropping back for Essery. Essery brings it up and back to the point. Winding, firing is Kyler Matthews. It's deflected in the corner. Pinching in, Glenn Patterson keeps it in the zone, but it's moved quickly back out by Mentor. And still held by Essery, who tosses it down deep and onside. Going back to play one more time. The Mentor Icebreakers trying to get the puck out of their zone. Mark Essery almost single-handedly keeping it down there. Finally deflected out as Patterson moves it back ahead for Hussey. Hussey turns it back and fires back to Kyler Matthews. He moves it ahead for Zach Peace. Peace turning around in the neutral zone. Gets over the red line and dumps it in for icing. Takes a hit from Perks for his trouble. Sent around the boards where it's picked off, deflected in front, and sent wide again. Thrown ahead one more time by Nadia. And that's a hand pass in his defensive zone. A little awkward there. As with 18:59 to go, the Elmira Enforcers still tied at 0, but have both shots on goal. Nadia arguing the call as it was blown dead for a hand pass, which isn't applicable in the defensive zone. So, face-off occurring here. Kyle Stevens waiting. Puck is dropped again, and the Enforcers going back to work. Shoved into the corner as the Icebreakers try to clear it. Fowler plays it up and out of the zone. Gino Mini goes back to play. Mini bounces it off the boards. Team of AF couldn't play. It's moved back in and played back around by Danielic. Moved ahead once again by Mentor and right back into their defensive zone. Playing it back down there was Diaz. He couldn't handle it. Team of AF pushed it back through. Still has it in the offensive zone. Team of AF turning around below the goal line now. He takes it back behind the goal completely. Throws it towards the front but can't get it in front. Now picked off again. And the Icebreakers trying to wheel it out of the zone. Kicked ahead and back out for Fowler. Fowler passes off. Back the other way. Here comes Mentor. Big hit by the big defenseman Gino Mini. Icebreakers will get it at center ice where it's picked off by Peace. Peace battling there for it. He's trying to go up against Josh Newberg. Newberg gets it into the Enforcer zone where Fowler picks it up, heads towards the net, fires, and a save by Joe Young. Dale Dion sends up for Jurich. Fed ahead for Hudson Michaelis. He can't get through. Now he has it. Gets in the offensive zone. Has Jurich on his side. Waits, passes across. Jurich couldn't connect. And now it's fed out the other way by Mentor. Picked up and moved along all the way down. This should be icing. And no, they wave it off. JT Walters pushes it along for Glenn Patterson. Patterson goes back to play, firing ahead, moved up, tipped ahead by Tucker, and that'll be fed back down where Henry Berger will have to go play. Berger back behind his own net, harassed quickly by Brendan Hussey, thrown ahead, moved out, and played out still by Mentor, trying to keep it down there as Berger now sends up. Finding its way was Crawford, picked off and moved ahead for the Enforcers. Here comes Elmira, looking in front, deflected by Hussey, couldn't get it to go. Still throwing it back to the point, back to JT Walters, deflected down in front again, and trying to chase after it, but unable to get there was Tucker. Mentor stops it, gets it out of the zone as it's cleared by Stuart Don, and now it's moved ahead. JT Walters deflected that one by Jurich and into the zone again, where former Enforcer Dominic Horvath goes to play, off the boards and all the way out. Played out here by Patterson. Patterson back to Walters in his own zone. Feeds it up the boards. Tucker tries to tip it ahead, and again it's played out. Joe Morrow moved it onto Hussey's stick, who passes to Tucker. Fed over to Harrison. Harrison into the zone. Drops for Brendan Hussey. Throws it towards the net, and McClendon deflects it up and into the corner. Picked off there by Hussey. Moved ahead for Harrison. Harrison trying to fire it across, but Morrow picks it off and brings it out. Farrington back to Morrow. Morrow into the zone onside. Morrow deflected pass there all the way back to center ice where Danielic will play. Danielic sending across to his defensive partner. Picked off now by Alfonso Diaz. Sent back over there to Danielic. Danielic harassed quickly. Back over to Diaz. Diaz looking up the ice. He fires ahead for Farrington. Farrington is met with resistance there. Picked off by Babenko, and he's back in the offensive zone. Going back for it now is Diaz. Diaz wraps it around the boards. Harrison going to chop it forward and keep it in the zone. Played down low. Michaelis trying to get free. Michaelis has his stick held up, but now he moves it along. Michaelis moving it down deeper into the zone. Picked off there and finally out of the zone. Mentor makes their way back. Working back and firing right in on Joe Young, and a stop. Alex Morrow. Played back again. Kyler Matthews back behind his cage. Looks up the ice. Fires it through and hits Zach Peace. Peace all alone, breaking in, cutting, firing shot, and a save. That will blow the play dead. Zach Peace had a step but couldn't finish it. As with 15:47 to go, the Enforcers dominating the shots on goal 4-1. So we'll see what the Enforcers can do now. Coming out is Stevens to take the draw. Puck is dropped, and the Icebreakers will start with the puck. Moved back along by Henry Berger. Played back behind by Perks. Perks back behind his net, trying to drop pass. Will get it around as it's played out by Mark Steele. Moved back ahead, and Mentor trying to set it up. They have had some trouble getting going as Patterson picks it off right in front of his goaltender and taken down there as one of the Icebreakers fell down behind the net looking for a shot. Poked away there. Stepan Timofeyev getting physical right away. Gino Mini trying to get there. He runs into his man, but again, it's still worked down low, trying to feed it off in front. Shot and a goal! Men are going to get on the board first, and the Enforcers not going to be happy about that. Patterson is screaming. So Henry Berger will hit the back of the net, and the Enforcers down early, 1-0. 4:46 into this game. I thought it was Berger. We'll wait for the official announcement, but Elmira ties up their man on the next faceoff and tries to start it out. Having some trouble getting anything going here as Mentor will dump it all the way down, and they say no icing. JT Walters not happy about that. Walters up the boards. He finds Timofeyev. Timofeyev throws across for Dale Dion. Dion over the red line, dumping it in. It was Berger as Timofeyev trying to chase down that puck in the end boards. It's wrapped around, and Kyle Stevens hustles over, gets there at the blue line, dumps it back down for Zach Peace. Peace dumping it back along. Timofeyev with it now. He takes a sharp turn. Timofeyev looking towards the front, right on front for Kyle Stevens. Turns and fires, and he couldn't get it to go. Rolls up the boards. Timofeyev battling for it. Big hit there. Dale Dion gets it to center ice and throws it back in. Kyle Stevens on the chase. 14:30 to go here in period number 1. As once again, the puck dropped down deep by Mentor. Trying to start it out as Stuart Dent. Passes ahead, and back the other way comes Dom Horvath. Throwing it back ahead, picked off there by Kyler Matthews. Matthews takes it behind his net, throws it around, was looking for Patterson. It's picked off and thrown towards the front of the net again. Picked off by Jurich and thrown back ahead, out towards center ice. Kicked in front, and here comes Andrew Harrison. Harrison trying to work his way in, slaps, fires, and McClendon turns it aside. Right back again as Mentor clears the zone. Glenn Patterson will play. Patterson turning, taking a long look, dumped in there, and chasing back again will be Mentor. Moving it ahead is Danielic. Pass back ahead one more time. Farrington trying to get there. It's pushed back, and Patterson picks up. Patterson off the sideboards. Picked off again and dumped way back into the zone there by Pastuca. And the Enforcers will take a second and collect their breath back behind the net. Playing it there is Kyler Matthews. Morrow trying to get him to jump. Matthews moves it ahead. He was looking for Jurich. It gets back out of the zone. Diaz chops it back ahead for Farrington. Farrington firing across, looking for Morrow. Tripped up there was Jurich, and now trying to move it along. Played back out, Pastuca, trying to send it back in front. It's picked off, and still trying to kick his way through was Michaelis. They do get it out of the zone. Mentor trying to reset. Back in their own zone, taking a long look. This is Steele. Heading back into the Enforcer zone, throwing it towards Joe Young, and he makes a stop, and that will be covered up. As with 13:09 left to go, the Elmira Enforcers trying to get themselves back. They're down 1-0, though they've had the majority of the shots, 6-3 in favor of the shots. As now Hussey lines up with Perks. They jump a little bit there. Hussey's getting kicked out of the faceoff circle, so Essery will take the draw. Essery going to lose that one as, again, the Enforcers trying to get it going. Shot again on Joe Young and a big stop. So Joe Young comes up big right off the faceoff. So with 13:03 left to go in period number 1, Hussey will get a secondary shot at this faceoff. It'll go to the other side, to the left side of Joe Young, as the puck is dropped, and we are back to work here. Fed back to the defense, looking, firing down low, right to the side of Joe Young. Dale Dion missed the puck, right back out in front, deflected on the stick of Brandon Tucker. Tucker up the boards. He finds Essery. Essery and Hussey moving towards the offensive zone. Essery cutting through, firing, and it's deflected wide. Hussey picks it up. Hussey back for Essery. Essery turning, sends back to Gino Mini. Gino Mini winds, fires, and it's kicked aside and out of play by Frankie McClendon. So 12:40 to go in period number 1. We're almost halfway through this first period. The Enforcers still with the shots on goal lead 7-4, but to this point, unable to put one behind former Carolina Thunderbird Frankie McClendon. Elmira going back to work. Brendan Hussey on the faceoff. Puck is dropped and down, as again it's fed out by Mentor, and on the chase is Gino Mini. That will be an icing call with 12:33 left to go here in period number 1. So Elmira, another offensive zone faceoff. Essery looking around. He's having conversations with Zach Peace. So Peace, Essery, and Brandon Tucker as they try to get it going here offensively. Puck is dropped, and they blow that one dead immediately. So we'll re-jump that one. As Elmira, Essery moves in to take the draw. Puck is dropped now, and we are off and ready to go. Enforcers chasing the puck again, though, as Horvath trying to get there. Puck is moved along, picked off. Dion wraps it around the boards, and that one hits the netting. So again, 12:23 to go here on the clock, as the Enforcers have had some issues getting things going here. They've been getting the shots, but unable to get the goals to this point. The linesman admonishing the the wingers behind him. That puck is won back, and the Enforcers trying to chase it back down again. Mentor gets it out of the zone. Quick up, and here comes Mentor. Isaiah Crawford trying to throw towards the net. He was battled off there by Dale Dion. Crawford dumping it down behind. Zach Peace trying to use his speed. He gets tied up quickly. And again, Crawford kicking it back along, so Dion will pick it up behind his own net. Dion taking his time. He waits and takes a long look. Dion waiting. Pace of play slowed down for the Enforcers now as Gino Mini looks up the ice. Mini gets over the red line. Trying to put it back in the zone. I don't think he got there, as now it's moved out. Tucker flipping it back in deep. And on the chase will be Jurovic. Jurovic back behind his net. 11:40 to go in period number 1. Drop pass there, and he will go for a line change. Stepan Timofeyev fresh from the bench. He's out chasing the puck now. This one moved up by Mentor, trying to get something started for them. They have not had a lot of shots on goal, but the ones they have counted, as Morrow chasing this one down. He puts JT Walters into the board. Walters up to Timofeyev. Timofeyev ahead to Babenko. Babenko on the chase, trying to get there. Daniela turns around, right back to Kyle Stevens. Defenseman falls shot, and another save! Unable to beat Frankie McClendon there. A beautiful open opportunity for Kyle Stevens. Babenko still battling down in the corner. Enforcers trying to go back to work. Mentor clears the zone, and it's moved ahead up to Morrow. Chasing it back is Patterson. He turns and fires as Mentor trying to break back into the offensive zone. It's moved back behind to the defense now. Steele with it. Steele taking a long look. He's harassed by Timofeyev. Moves it to the boards. Poked ahead out to JT Walters, who just fires it into the zone. And Kyle Stevens clears. So right back to it is Mark Steele. Mark Steele looking up the ice. Fed out to Perks. Perks making his way through. Big pass ahead to big check there by Glenn Patterson, as laying the hit on Blake Nada. This puck will be moved back to center ice for Mark Steele, and the Enforcers will finish off that line change. 10:25 to go here in the first period. Fowler moving it back behind. Now it's played up. Trying to move it along is Berger. Berger, who has the lone goal in this game, fires it up to Perks. Perks into the zone, firing it across. That one high, right in the slot, fired, saved by Joe Young. Another shot and another save by Joe Young, and that will be stopped at play with 10:09 left to go here in period number 1. So it's a 1-0 game for the Icebreakers, and though the Enforcers had all the early opportunities, the Icebreakers seem to be cashing in a little bit more now. Elmira's got to figure this one out, and quickly. Don't want to let this one get out of hand. So they wait for the puck drop. Puck is down, and the Enforcers win that draw. Move back along for Tyler Jurich. Jurich along the boards, feeds it ahead for Michaelis. Michaelis flipping it ahead for Andrew Harrison. Harrison over the red line, breaks in, gets in over the blue line, and dumps it deep. Hudson Michaelis on the chase. Dom Horvath plays off against Michaelis. Michaelis still with it, looking back towards the blue line. Now he fires it towards the front of the net, trying to hit Jurich and couldn't. Back out the other way. Here comes Josh Newberg. It's flipped ahead. Horvath trying to get there. It's moved aside. Michaelis now moving it up. Can't quite get it out of the zone as Stuart Dant keeps the zone. Move back down low, over towards Tyler Jurich. Jurich turning, avoiding the hit there, but that may have worked in advantage for Hatham Oade. Oade back on the chase as he's trying to catch up with the Enforcers as Tyler Jurich has it now. He looks up ice, feeds up for Andrew Harrison. Harrison pokes it in the zone, but Stuart Dant will go to play. Stuart Dant passing along. Mentor resetting in their own zone. Breaking in is Pastuca. Dumped around the boards as Patterson plays it right back up. Picked off there by Morrow. Right back down for Farrington. Kicked off of Patterson's knee pad. And again, the Enforcers digging. Down low is Hussey. Hussey moves it along for Tyler Jurich. Jurich over the red line. Cuts through a defender. Cuts through another one. Still has possession of the puck. Throws it back to Patterson on defense. 8:55 to go in the first period of play. Drop pass there. Looking to move it along for Danyilik. He will dump in and wide of the net as Glenn Patterson circles back behind his net. Takes his time. Dumps it back behind, but Morrow's got to pick this off right out in front. Picked off by Hussey, moved ahead, and here comes Essery. Essery's got Tucker on his left. Essery fakes a windup, gets around one man, takes it back behind, and looks towards the defense. Drop back along for Tucker again. Tucker back to Gino Mini, firing it through, deflected down in the corner. Brendan Hussey on the chase. Hussey dumps it back along. He thought he had Tucker there. Tucker just a step ahead as now Essery picks it up. Essery looking towards the point. He still waits, moves it back, and it's picked off, and out the other way comes Nada. Nada dumping it along, and Gino Mini will turn it around. 8:10 left to go here in the first period. Moved up. Tucker trying to move it ahead for Essery. Couldn't get it there as Steele came in the way. Now Essery has it. Moved up to Hussey. Flipped back into the zone. Chasing back again. Mentor still with possession. Picked off by Essery momentarily, but that'll be quickly relieved by Tim Perks. Perks with it behind his net. Drop pass there. Harassed again. The Icebreakers just trying to set it up, and they're having some trouble as it's moved out there by Berger. Sent back ahead and breaking into the zone. Deflected off there by Joe Young. And again on the chase was Essery. It's flipped back towards center ice where Jurovic will go back to play. And Essery goes off for a line change. Dimitro Babenko pinching. Moved out again here by Berger. Sent ahead. Enforcers break up the play. JT Walters turning it back around for Timofeyev. Timofeyev moving it ahead to Zach Peace. Peace throws it ahead. He's trying to get around his man. Jurovic held him up there for a second as Horvath goes and chases it down. Picking it up now is Peace trying to kick it along. Can't get his stick free. Now he's got it free and has the puck. Moves back to the point. Dion wrapping it back around. Timofeyev lets that one go as Babenko trying to get off. And again can't keep the puck in the zone. Peace moves it back to Dale Dion. Dion ahead. Finds Timofeyev. Here comes Stepan Timofeyev firing over the top of the net. And Babenko has to chase it back. Babenko trying to wrap it around. Couldn't get it back to Timofeyev. It's picked off at center ice by Dale Dion and dumped right back in as that one goes out of play. And that should take us to the media timeout here with 6:50 to go. With that, we'll be back here on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back. Faceoff will be dropped just in front of the Enforcers bench. So, quickly out is Michaelis. He's out there with Jurich and Harrison. On the other side, it's going to be Josh Newberg. out there with Isaiah Crawford and Stuart Don. On the backside, for the Enforcers, it's going to be Kyler Matthews and Glenn Patterson. And for the Mentor Icebreakers, it's going to be Dan Yillick and Alfonso Diaz. Puck is dropped, Enforcers win it, and right back to work go the Elmira Enforcers. Trying to move it up the ice. It's sent in by Matthews, and now trying to chase it down was Harrison. It's sent to the boards where Michaelis picks it up. Michaelis turning, finds Jurich. Jurich winds, fires, and McClendon makes the save. So we're down to 6:36 to go here in period number 1. As I said, the Icebreakers, right now, that 1-0 lead is looming large as the Enforcers have had 10 shots on goal but have yet to be able to beat McClendon. Puck set to be dropped again. It is down, and we are set to go again. Right back to the point to Patterson. Finds Jurich, throws it down, and it's deflected in the corner. Harrison trying to chase it back. That one will be played off and moved back to center ice by Mentor. Move back in. Stuart Don has it deflect off him as Matthews moves ahead for Michaelis. Throwing it across, looking for Harrison. He couldn't quite get there, and Diaz will take possession. Diaz passes across, and it's moved back up, picked off by Glenn Patterson, who turns right back around, finds Kyler Matthews. Matthews snaps it through the middle. He finds Hudson Michaelis, taking it around, feeding Jurich. Jurich to the slot. Drop pass here for Harrison. Harrison looking, fires, save, pad, save, shot, and in the back of the net, the Enforcers score! I think Hudson Michaelis put it home. Tyler Jurich with some nice moves to pass off to Harrison. We'll wait for the official word, but the Enforcers going to tie this one up on their 11th shot of the game. JT Walters clearing up the stats side. As with 5:59 to go here in period number 1, Elmira gets this one even back up. And Andrew Harrison sure having a ball over there. Michaelis, as I said, I think he got the goal. That'll be his 23rd of the year. As now, we'll again wait for that official word. But the puck is ready to be dropped again, and the Enforcers have tied it up. As Kyle Stevens waiting. Mark Essery and Morrow pinching in, being scolded by the official. So, Farrington and Stevens wait for the puck drop. It's dropped, and off we go. JT Walters back to Gino Mini. Feeds it ahead, broken up here by Mentor and thrown back ahead. Dumped back, as there's the announcement. It is Hudson Michaelis as Gino Mini putting it up the boards. Picked off and kicked ahead, and here comes the Enforcers back the other way. Playing it out, here comes Brandon Tucker. Tucker dumping it in. Kyle Stevens on the chase, has it, throws it towards the front, back to Tucker. Tucker waits, fires, deflected into the man's leg. Thrown ahead, deflected away again, and Stevens right back out towards the front. It's a shooting gallery now for the Enforcers, fed up the boards. Gino Mini able to keep it for the moment. Now it bounces back to center ice, and Mini will turn it around quickly, dumped right back in. Mentor on the chase, trying to pick it back up. It's fed back from Berger. Back across, and now Farrington has it along the near side boards. Picked off there by Essery, and Stevens shoving it ahead. Essery still battling as it's dumped back in. As going back to play, here comes Mentor trying to force it out the other way. Deflected ahead, broken up there off Farrington's stick, and JT Walters turns to chase. JT Walters up the boards, he finds Tucker. Tucker drops there for Kyle Stevens, moved ahead for Essery. Essery bolting into his own, fires, and deflects it off a leg of Dom Horvath. Essery still with it. He puts a hard shoulder out as he still keeps possession of the puck. Circling back, feeds Matthews at the point. Matthews down low, looking for Stevens. Feeds across, back to the point to Dion. Dion winds, fires off the backside of the boards, right out to Mark Essery. He fires, and a save again. As coming up big all period long has been the Mentor goaltender, as now it's moved back in. Picked off by Essery, moved ahead by Babenko, and now he and Stevens will make a break. Timofeyev fresh onto the ice as Babenko circles, fires over the top of the net, and takes a rough ride for his trouble. As now the puck will be shoved back up the boards. Here comes Tim Perks, moving it along. Moved ahead. Perks with it, trying to get it through. Joe Young lets it go down in the corner. Perks fires it back up the boards, kept at the blue line, fired down low, kicked aside again by Elmira, and covered up by mighty Joe Young. 4:03 to go in period number 1. Shots on goal, 14-6 in favor of the Elmira Enforcers. The score 1-1. Frankie McClendon has played huge so far, as Brent Clark having a conversation with the official down there. So 4:03 to go in period number 1. As Zach Peace comes out to take the draw. Peace will get kicked out of the face-off circle as Tim Perks was able to hold up. So Dmitro Babenko comes in to take the draw. Puck is dropped, and we are back off. Moved ahead by JT Walters up to Timofeyev. Timofeyev over the red line. Timofeyev pulls up, still keeps possession, moving towards the front of the net. Timofeyev towards the front, shooting, firing, and he couldn't get it to go. Moves it out, up high. Walters takes the shot. He can't get it to go. And again, it's deflected down in the corner. Timofeyev still battling. JT Walters keeps the zone and dumps it back. As now Timofeyev on the chase. Stepan Timofeyev all over the place here tonight as Mentor moves it along. Back the other way comes Oade. Oade dumping it all the way in, and the Enforcers will have to go all the way back to get it. Joe Young going to cover it up. So with 3:31 to go, it's a 1-all game. So, Moana's Make Some Noise Chicken over there as they have the new video board, and they are not afraid to use it here in Mentor. 3:31 to go in period number 1. It's a 1-all tie. Face off to the left side of mighty Joe Young. As Hudson Michaelis ready to go. Puck not dropped yet there. A little bit of a hold up. As Hudson Michaelis waits. The puck is now dropped and moved along. Gino Mini goes back to play. Wraps it around the boards. And moves it along for Tyler Jurich. Jurich trying to feed it ahead for Michaelis. Couldn't get it to him out in the slot. Another shot deflected by Dale Dion as he comes up with a big stop. Harrison flips that one up in the air. Tyler Jurich waiting to play. Moves it ahead, and Hudson Michaelis with it again. Michaelis with the Enforcers' goal so far. He cuts by a defenseman and can't get around him with the puck. Puck will be sent back behind the net as Mark Steele goes to play. Mark Steele turns back after Jurich was waiting for him on the other side. Deflected across, and now Harrison picks up. Moves it up, looking for Jurich, and the pass incomplete. As going back the other way is Josh Newberg. Newberg back up the boards, picked up by Harrison. Harrison drop pass, looking for somebody to connect with. Can't find it as Mentor will break it out. Out the other way, here comes Crawford. Crawford shoved off by Dion as those two collide. Mentor keeps possession, throwing it towards the front, broken up by Jurich. Moved towards the sideboards. Jurich still throwing it ahead. And out the other way comes Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis looking, waiting, gets into the zone onside, throws it towards the net, and McClendon makes a stop. So with 2:31 left to go here in period number 1, the Enforcers have a 1-all tie, but the shots on goal sure don't read that way as it's 15-6 in favor of Elmira. So, Brendan Hussey out there. He's ready to take the draw. Waits, the puck is dropped, and on the chase again go the Enforcers. They have not won a ton of draws here in the opening faceoff, and that could come back to bite them in the later stages of the game. Tucker calling for help, as sweeping in is Brendan Hussey. Hussey back to the point for Kyler Matthews. Matthews fires it goes just wide, back out, and Tucker picks it up. Throws back to the point. Patterson back down, and it's deflected off of Tucker. That one wrapped around the boards again, and that will go out of play. So with 2:08 left to go, the Enforcers get another offensive zone faceoff. Again, the shots on goal right where the Enforcers want them, 15-6. But now they got to put more pucks past McClendon. As Hussey ready to take the draw. Puck is down, and we are back and going. Hussey gets to the puck and tries to push it back along. Hussey takes a long look. He's tied up there as it's turned back around by Tucker. Tucker looking towards the front. Essery was there, couldn't get his stick on it. Hussey knocks it down. Poke check through by Brandon Tucker. He keeps it at the blue line, throwing it towards the front of the net, and Hussey couldn't get to the deflection as Horvath just set it down. Move back along. Kyler Matthews picks it up, feeds Mark Essery. Essery gets over the red line, trying to get around the man in the middle as Mentor breaks it up. Yuri Pastuka tries to get it back in. Picked off by Danielic and dumped towards Joe Young. He plays it off, shoving it towards the sideboards as Patterson gets up and moves it along for Tucker. Tucker outside the zone as Hussey tried to come in, knocked back down here by Matthews. Matthews heading towards the offensive zone. Throws it towards McClendon. It's deflected in the corner. Matthews jumping off the defensive roll and playing some offensive puck. As that one's wrapped back around for Parks. Moved ahead to Fowler. Fowler run into there hard by Babenko. Big hit there on Mark Essery by Nada. And now McClendon will go back to play it. Sent back behind the net. Playing it around and back for Danielic. Danielic moving it up the boards to Fowler. Fowler feeds it ahead. It's tipped in front. And again, played out here by Dale Dion. Fowler pushes it deeper. Move down. Fowler back behind the net. Shoves it along. It's picked off there by Timofeyev. Timofeyev takes it back behind the net now. Step on Timofeyev looking to get some jump. We know he's got it. Moves it ahead to Zach Peace. Peace into the zone. Trying to cut through. He's shoved towards the sideboards, and Peace will wrap it around towards the front. It's picked off there and moved along by Stephen Fowler. Picked off at the blue line by JT Walters. Thrown towards the front of the net. Picked off and again trying to make a move. Right back to the point. Fired down low. Timofeyev has it. He turns. He looks. Still trying to get away from his man. Timofeyev juking all over the place down low. Timofeyev throws it towards the front, deflected, and JT Walters just missed the tap-in. Again, loose. Taking a hit there was Fowler. He's trying to move it up. Picked off by Timofeyev again, and he starts back towards the offensive zone. Flipping it ahead. 5 seconds to go. This may do it for period number 1, and it will, as Mentor will just take a 1-1 tie into the locker room. Well, 1 period is done, and the Enforcers, well, they'll take a 1-1 tie into the locker room, but I'll tell you what, they have had a heck of a period, 16-7 in favor of the shots on goal, so almost up by 10 in the shots on goal, but the Enforcers need to find a way to get those shots to go behind the netminder, as Frankie McClendon's had a heck of a game so far. As I said, 1-1 tie going in the first intermission. Here in the first intermission, we've got an interview with Mark Essery, as well as we're going to go back to Wednesday night's game. We had a great chat about a great tournament coming up at First Arena tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow at 8 a.m., we have women's hockey going to be taken care of there, as a day-long tournament and then a finals tournament come tomorrow. So you won't want to miss a minute of it. Go on out. It goes from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And take a listen as Whitley Nichols tells you all about it. We'll be back here on the Mixler.com Intermission Report.
Well, fans, welcome to the Labatt Blue.
February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Wednesday, February 19th, it's the New York City Police Department against your Elmira Enforcers. Sunday, February 23rd, it's a post-game skate with the Enforcers player, and it's Faith and Family Night. That's Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd at First Arena. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
WWE Live Road to WrestleMania returns to Elmira with the superstars of Friday Night SmackDown. Saturday night, February 29th.
First and foremost, the A-lister is back!
See The Miz challenge The Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship.
And all he has to do is let me in.
Then,
if you have beef with me, I say we squash it right here in this ring.
Roman Reigns faces King Corbin in a loser eats dog food match.
Because you're used to eating dog food, just like the people here in this part of the godforsaken country.
And even with the devious Sami Zayn in his corner, can Shinsuke Nakamura retain the Intercontinental Championship?
Knee to the face.
When he faces Braun Strowman.
They're gonna get these hands.
Lacey Evans challenges Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship and more. Saturday night, February 29th. Tickets start at $15. Available now at the box office and firstarena.net.
This is Glenn Patterson with the Elmira Enforcers. Did you know that you can celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers? Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
This is JT Walters with your Elmira Enforcers. I love getting out in the community here in Elmira, but I also know it can be hard to find things to do. We at the Enforcers have a great fix for that. With deals for groups of 10 or more, Enforcer games can be a great and affordable time for you and your friends to come out and enjoy downtown Elmira. Go Enforcers, go.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Another period of Enforcers action in the books down here with Mark Essery. Mark, a little bit of a homecoming for you here. You played with Mentor since their inception. What's it like to come back here to Ohio?
It's definitely exciting. I mean, I love the boys here. Everyone's really awesome, but like I said, I'm wearing green and black now, so I'm excited to see what I can do against them.
Well, that begs the question. Obviously, the loyalties change, the jersey changes, so what did these guys have to expect from you now that they've seen you on their side? And I'm sure they'd much prefer that, but what did they have to expect from you here tonight?
I mean, they've seen it every day in practice. They know the intensity I bring, so nothing less than that. It's coming out tonight.
Well, you had a great start here with the Enforcers so far. Thought you had a goal the other night. I miscalled that. My apologies. But that being said, you've been all around the puck, moving the puck really well, working well with the line mates. How are things syncing up for you so far in Elmira?
It's good. It took a couple games just to get adjusted to the system. Just wanted to fit in. Didn't want to make too many mistakes or anything like that. But more games have gone by, I've definitely felt more and more comfortable. I'm just trying to find my stride right now, and I couldn't think of a better weekend to score some goals.
Well, obviously, the first trip to Elmira, or first trip for Elmira to Mentor, it's been kind of an interesting year for Mentor. They've ridden a very hot streak early. They've cooled off a little bit now. How much insight were you able to give Coach Clark, who hasn't seen these guys all year?
A little bit. I mean, not too much. I mean, we have a system that's working. It's working against everyone, so we're just going to carry it on to this team. No different than any other hockey team. Just got to work harder and make sure we do everything we prepared to do this week. I
have to ask, because the last 2 weeks you've been paired with Zach Peace, and there's something about that connection that's really seeming to work. What is it about you guys? I mean, did you play together before at some point, or what's the instant connection there?
I haven't played with him before. I actually just met him for the first time playing here, but I mean, he's a smart player, really, really fast, really shifty, creative, and has his head up at all times, so it's pretty easy to play with him. I like to play with a lot of speed, so it's fun to play with someone that brings or that matches that or goes above, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we just like to move the puck fast and get to the net, and good things have been happening.
Well, speaking of good things happening, obviously they just talked about it in their press release. The single-season scoring record was eclipsed here in Mentor. That was your record. Obviously, you played with Declan Conway over there. What does that mean for him to get that record now, take it off of your back, and how much is that coming into tonight? Are you thinking about it, or has it even come up?
Honestly, I haven't thought about it much. I saw it in passing a couple days ago. I texted him right away. I mean, that's awesome for him, awesome for the organization. It's really no surprise. He's a fantastic hockey player. He just had a lot of injuries he had to battle through last year. But now that he's kind of found his stride, played a bunch of games this year, it's really no surprise to me or anybody else in the organization. So I'm happy for him, and hopefully he'll get some more points, just not against us.
Speaking of points, I hope you grab a few here tonight. Hopefully your first Enforcers goal, and we'll see how that goes. Good luck to you tonight.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back here on the Mixler.com Intermission Report. Once you get back to it, Joe, we'll be back here on the Mixler.com Intermission Report. All right, and with that, we are back here live on the Mixler.com Intermission Report. I'm here alongside Whitley Nichols. Whitley, thanks so much for joining me up here in the booth.
Thanks for having me, Jonathan.
Well, we truly appreciate it. And, of course, you're here because we want to talk about, well, first off, let's talk about Hannah Cochran down here. She's going to play some goal tonight. She was the first female Enforcers goalie in the history of the Enforcers. What does that mean, especially being a player yourself, seeing women come in here and making a difference and playing this game here, even out here with the boys?
Oh, it's incredible. To have that female representation where people can see her on the ice and look up to her and have that physical embodiment of what they want to be, it's just incredible, especially for people, you know, who are not sure if they want to get into hockey because they traditionally thought it was a boys' sport. It's huge to be able to be like, I can be her.
Well, talking about that, obviously, I mean, earliest examples, I always go back to Manon Rioum. She was, the first female goaltender in the NHL, and yes, it was preseason, and we're not going to get into the statistics side of things, but she was really one of the bar setters. I mean, you think of people who set the bar for people of difference, and that's, Willie O'Ree comes to mind, but Manon Rioum back there with the Tampa Bay Lightning, that's kind of a trend-setting event, and really marketed its way into the women's hockey leagues, whether that's collegiate or professional, the CWHL, and now the NWHL. How much of just having those pioneer people, does that really influence creating events like that, especially like the one we've got coming up this Saturday we'll talk about very quickly?
Absolutely. It paves the way. You know, they're the founding foundation to where we want to be, and they're the first ones to actually step in there, whether it's Willie O'Ree or a female or anyone like that, where they're the brave ones to say, you know what, sure, I might be the only one, but I'm going to do it. And it's fantastic to see them step up like that and just open all of these doors for everyone coming down the road.
Well, we talk about that, and we're going to jump right into this weekend's a great activity, and obviously you've had a big part in putting that together. And the Carolina Lady Hurricane, am I saying that right, is the team coming up here to play. And I know Elmira fans not always favorable to anything Carolina, but we've got quite a great event coming up this weekend. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So the Elmira Enforcers have paired with the Carolina Lady Hurricanes, who are the affiliation of the Hurricanes, the NHL team. Together we are putting on a women's hockey tournament, and we actually have 6 teams coming up from all across the eastern coast, and it's going to be a fantastic event where, again, you don't traditionally see women's tournaments going on very often up here, and I believe this will be the first the Enforcers are hosting. So it's just one of those things where, we're doing it big, and we're going to do it right, and just have a lot of fun and keep growing the game.
Now, if people wanted to come this weekend, how do they get here and get the chance to watch some of this action? I have to admit, and I'm going to inject a little personal history here, I got to watch the CWHL. I worked with the Boston Blades, and there's nothing quite like the intensity of a women's hockey game. Those girls get out there, and I can sometimes say it's a little more intense than what you see from the men. When people come out to see that, where can they come? Is it going to be rec rink, main rink? Where are they playing this weekend?
Yeah, so the Enforcers have been incredible, and they've opened up their barn to us, and we're going to be on the main rink the entire weekend. All the round-robin games, the championship games. So, yeah, if anyone wants to come out, we're on the main rink. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to have announcers. We're going to do the whole 9 yards, and they'll come out, watch us, get some good hockey.
Well, of course, and Sunday is the championship game. Also, Sunday's an Enforcers game as well, a big game against the Delaware Thunder, brand new team to the league this year. So are the ladies going to be sticking around and watching and kind of picking on the boys a little bit here?
Absolutely. There's some teams that do need to travel back home, but the ones that can stay, they're definitely going to stay. Come support the guys.
Well, now, obviously, we get a lot of younger girls at the rec rink. They're looking for that kind of hero player, and obviously, you get a player like Hannah Cochran out there. She's playing goal, but for those young ladies who are looking for, an idol, somebody like that, what kind of message do you give to them, especially with a great weekend like that coming up?
I have one word. It's dream. You can always do anything you set your mind to. There's no dream too big. So if you want to come out, you want to play on a stadium rink, a professional rink, dream it. You want to be the first female player in the NHL? Dream it. You want to play in the NWHL, which is currently existing and growing each year? Dream it. You can do it.
Well, I mean, the NWHL, which you have some personal knowledge about, obviously partnerships with the New Jersey Devils, partnerships with the Boston Bruins. I mean, these are teams that, a couple of years ago, people kind of said, is this a league that's going to, the WNBA set kind of a bad precedent back in the 90s, but the NWHL's not only taken off, but it's found a way to thrive in these markets. And what is that attributing to? I mean, you talk about dreaming it. You talk about young girls getting that opportunity to see it. But what do you attribute that to, the success of the NWHL so far?
To be honest, they've seen a lot of adversity, and they've just worked even harder to overcome that. And, whether they're a very new league, so they are going to get those obstacles to jump through, but I feel like they're doing a fantastic job with that. They're seeing those obstacles, and they're trying to think of creative ways to overcome them. And like we talked about, they're growing every single year, and I'm so excited to see where they take that.
Well, they're very similar to the Fed down here, where kind of the roster changes pretty frequently there. I know the Buffalo Buttes were a home for you not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah. My girlfriend actually played with the Buffalo Buttes. She's now with the Metropolitan Riveters, so I've been to plenty of NWHL games, and they're just incredible to see.
And playing with the Riveters there, obviously that's the team affiliated. I was talking about it a little bit earlier with the Devils. That's been kind of an interesting market area there. But also we've seen personally, we were there at the Connecticut Whale back before a game we played with Danbury. The fans came out. They were out for the Boston Pride. They came from Boston to watch a game in Danbury. The fans are there, and it just seems to be like maybe more so than any other sport, women's hockey is thriving. And do you attribute that to the Olympic atmosphere of it that it has? The Olympic women's hockey has been a thing for a number of years now, and honestly, the competition there is always so fierce. Does that help a little bit more?
Yeah, because the Olympics, they bring out, more of an audience. They get to the bigger market, obviously, and so people get to see that, and they get intrigued by it. And then, obviously, you come and see the NWHL, and, it's just, like you said, the NWHL has those die-hard fans that are just fantastic, and they make it so much better. And I believe just as they grow their fan base, that's just going to take off.
Well, and we should be going up on the board here in a second, so we're going to circle back and be talking about some of the similar stuff we've been talking about. But again, we're talking about the success of organizations like the NWHL and finding success. But women's hockey in general has just seen the numbers continue to grow. And organizations are out there right now you can play, working with everyone. And obviously hockey is for everyone has been the big campaign in the NHL. But we're starting to see that filter into the lower levels as well. Obviously, I know the CWHL was big into it. The NWHL constantly has the great material out there. But with that type of atmosphere, is it just that this sport seems to welcome more people and it really tries to bring everybody together?
Yeah, I honestly believe so, and I can only speak from personal beliefs and experiences, but I have never walked into a hockey arena or a hockey community in general and not felt welcome. You know, I think they do a fantastic job of just saying, hey, you want to play? Get out here.
Well, obviously, you've had some experience with Robbie Nichols growing up around the professional side of things.
Yeah.
What was that like, obviously, Robbie being as big a personality as he is? I'm sure that had to be interesting. And how did that develop into your love for hockey?
I think it's just the kind of thing where he never took it easy on me, you know? He didn't look at me and think, oh, you're my daughter, oh, you're a girl, you know, whatever. You know, he truly treated me like, hey, you're going to step on this ice, we're going to play. So, that, you know, that
I have no problem picturing that whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, he was dangling me right when I stepped foot on the ice. But, you know, I think it made me love the sport even more, and it made me feel welcome. So it's just, you know, the fact that you're treated as an equal, not a female or not anything else, you know, that just, it really fed into my passion.
Well, that's great, and of course, hopefully we're going up here on the board soon, because I really do want to get some time to talk about the tournament this weekend.
Right.
And I don't know if maybe they're just missing us over here, but well, we'll talk about it one more time for everybody listening in, and hopefully they'll switch over to us. Obviously, the tournament going to be a big opportunity. It's free to get in, and everybody can kind of just come and go as they please. Is that how we're working it this weekend?
That's what I believe, and if I'm wrong, Robbie is going to be angry at me, but that's what the belief is right now. Yeah, just come in, come watch some hockey.
What time does it start this weekend, and when's the round robin?
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34...
All right, fans, well, sorry about that. It cut us out a little bit early. Starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow. You won't want to miss a minute of the women's hockey tournament there. It's going to be a fun time, and it should be a lot of fun. Go on down. It's free to get in, 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. tomorrow night. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then come pregame, get ready for the Enforcers game with the women's championship game. That'll be a ton of fun. So I hope to see you there on Sunday morning. And they cut me off a little early, so I'm sorry. Coming back now, look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Columbus has tied it up in the second period. It's 2-2 with the Danbury hat tricks. The Watertown Wolves have a 3-2 lead after one over the Delaware Thunder. The Danville Dashers and Battle Creek Rumble Bees tied at 1 in the second period in Battle Creek. And the Carolina Thunderbirds and Port Huron Prowlers tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play down there in Carolina. We'll be right back with the second period and opening face-off. Brought to you by Rob Sweet State Farm Agency on Market Street in downtown Corning, where you can visit them on the web, where you can bundle home, auto, and life for a sweet hat trick at sweetrob.com.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights, or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Hilliard and Buckley's Automotive present Karts on Ice at First Arena Saturday, March 7th. Are you looking for thrills and spills? That's Karts on Ice at First Arena Saturday, March 7th. Tickets are on sale now. Call 607-734-7825. That's Saturday, March 7th. Karts on Ice at First Arena. Get your tickets early. Call 734-POC.
All right, well, there you have it. The music is loud, the boys have taken to the ice, and the Enforcers are ready to go for period number 2. Want to remind everybody, as always, if you're looking for great breakfast, Dandy on the Run. Dandy can sweeten your breakfast time with any 2 Dandy bagels for just $3 for a limited time. Get it. It goes great with their great coffee or specialty coffees, only at Dandy Mini Marts. So the Enforcers getting set for period number 2. We want to thank everybody who stayed with us through that first intermission. Always great to talk with Mark Estery and Whitley Nichols, who will be running the women's tournament at First Arena tomorrow. You won't want to miss a minute of that. Head on down to First Arena. You don't have to be without hockey, even though the Enforcers aren't in town. Check it out. So Mighty Joe Young back in his crease. He won't like his numbers right now, giving up a goal on 7 shots, but Enforcers were able to come back. The bench is up and roaring. Michaelis, Jurich, Harrison to start the period. Puck is won back as Patterson will chase it back now into his own zone. Glenn Patterson on the chase, passes across, right ahead to Michaelis. Michaelis up the boards. He finds Jurich. Jurich takes a minute and decides better of it, takes the puck up himself. Jurich has that one kicked across. There is Mentor, moves it back along and back the other way. Here comes the Mentor Icebreakers. Cutting through, trying to feed it back was Morrow. It's dropped back behind and thrown towards the net now. And I do apologize about the clock. We'll get that working for you here in just a couple of seconds as Harrison feeds it ahead, looking for Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis back into the offensive zone, trying to cut through. Still moving. Steele has possession. Steele trying to kick it along. And now 2 members of the Enforcers, 2 members of the Icebreakers, both in there. It's pushed back through. Farrington moves it along, and unable to play that one off was Pastuca. Kept in there. Michaelis with it, throws it towards the front. George throws it on net, but he just missed the side. Trying to throw it back in front for Michaelis. It flips aside, and Morrow will pick it up. Morrow moving it out, throwing it back deep into the zone. It bumps off Dale Dion, and Dion turns it around the other way. Feeds it ahead for Andrew Harrison, moves it up to Timofeyev. Timofeyev and Harrison cutting through. Feeds it in front. Shot, goal! Andrew Harrison buries it, and that is a great goal from Andrew Harrison, his 13th of the season. As at just a minute 5, the Enforcers will go up 2-1. Again, my apologies about the scoreboard and the graphic there being in the way. Not sure why that didn't kick off, but again, the Enforcers score just a minute and 5 into the period. So at 18:55, here in period number 2, Harrison has the goal. So we're back live now as everything will be set to go here in just a moment. They finish getting everything squared away with the goal as netminder was taken out of the net as Peace loses that draw. It's one back to Dominic Horvath, sent across, and Mentor will try to regain their possession. Puck is flipped back in by Mentor as Joe Young leaves the safety of his net to play it. Move back along, and again, played off here by Elmira, trying to move it ahead. Unable to do it was Zach Peace. Peace now does get it out to center ice, but it's immediately flipped back in as Dale Dion will go back to play. Dion fires up the boards. He finds Babenko, who's way up in the offensive zone. Babenko looking, passes to Timofeyev. That one kicks off of his stick, and again, the Enforcers have to chase. Right back, trying to play it off, but a big hit by Babenko, and that one's moved ahead. Back the other way. Here comes Jurovic. Jurovic fires, saved by Joe Young, and that will be a stoppage of play. 18:14 to go here in period number 2. The Enforcers with a 2-1 lead after a goal just a minute 5 into the second period. So, apologize for the graphic overlay there, and appreciate everybody tuning in here on YouTube Live and Mixler.com. As Stevens tries to win that one back. JT Walters overskated it, and Mentor will chase it down and pick it up behind the net. Crawford looking out in front. Crawford up the boards, finds Diaz at the point. Drop down low again as puck continues to roll down low. Essery ran into his man as now Tucker will chase it. Tucker flipping it out of the zone. Crawford jumps up and knocks it down. Stuart Don has possession, throws it towards Joe Young. He makes a stop, and again pushing off his man is JT Walters. Thrown back ahead, Danielic dumping it down. JT Walters takes a hit from behind there, right in front of the net. Walters trying to chase down the puck, and it's moved back to the point to Diaz. Diaz passes across. Danielic can't settle it down. Throws it towards the front, broken up by the Enforcers, and again shoved towards the board. Stuart Dont right in the slot, takes it off of the leg of Tucker, throwing it back across again. Mentor trying to buzz it down here in the zone. Thrown across by Patterson, moved up by Kyle Stevens, up to Tucker, fed up to Essery. Essery into the offensive zone. Drop pass there for Tucker. Tucker looking, trying to feed it towards the front. He is knocked down hard. Tucker can't get the shot off. Danielic takes it out, and right on his back was Essery. That's flipped up and all the way down. That one will go for an icing, I believe, as 17:10 to go here in period number 2. So the Enforcers have come out strong here in the second period, but need to keep it going offensively. As now Jurich, Harrison back out there with Michaelis on the backside, Kyler Matthews and Dale Dion. Puck set to be dropped off to the right-hand side of McClendon. Michaelis waits, the puck is down, one back to Dale Dion. Dion waits, sends it down deep, but nobody down there for the Enforcers, as now Michaelis will take it around on the opposite side. Michaelis sending it back towards the point, it's deflected out of the zone, hits off the linesman, and Mentor will try to move it forward again, up to Danielic. Danielic looking towards the front of the net. Tries to throw it in front, but it goes behind the cage. Danielic back to the point to Farrington. Farrington winds, fires, blocker to side, and Kyler Matthews trying to chase it down. Won't be able to get there as it's played out by Morrow. Morrow has it taken off of his stick, and now Dale Dion trying to get there. Morrow extends his stick and sends it around as he got it up to Pastuca. Right back out in front for Farrington. Poked aside there by Tyler Jurich, and knocked back down by Matthews. Thrown ahead, but couldn't get it through the legs of Pastuca. Pastuca up the boards again for Morrow. Picked off again by Dale Dion. Flipping back out towards the offensive zone and swatting at it with a stick with Pastuca. He couldn't get a hold of it. He now picks it up off a pass from his defender. Moved ahead to Farrington, trying to get it up to Morrow. Pushed back ahead by the enforcers, and going back to play one more time will be Berger. Berger passing across to his defensive partner as it's played back deep. He takes a hard hit there, did Mark Steele, as it's wrapped back around the boards. Dion keeps the zone momentarily. Knocked off to Berger. Michaelis picks it off. Michaelis towards the front of the net. Drop pass shot. Goal! Tyler Jurich. So the Enforcers will now go up 3-1. 15:55 to go here in period number 2. And Tyler Jurich, that one a heck of a goal as he gets number 36 on the season. As they play the Titanic music, I mean, Jurich would be floating, I'll tell you that right now. He'd have 36 goals to cushion him out there in that freezing cold Atlantic Ocean, and I'm pretty sure that's enough to keep anybody warm. As now the puck ready to be dropped, Peace will take the draw, and the puck is underway and back deep into the McClendon area. Big hit there by Babenko. He's laying the body out. Moved ahead and in the skates of Fowler. Fowler still looking for it. He does bring it in the offensive zone. Throwing it back, it pops into the air. Horvath trying to keep it moving. It's dumped back in, and Patterson will go back to play. Patterson taking his time. Patterson drop pass there for Peace. Now back to Patterson. Patterson firing it across. Gino Mini right up to Timofeyev. Timofeyev passes across. Peace with it. Fire shot saved. Moved to the sideboards now, and Peace was still battling for it. Gino Mini couldn't. No, he does not keep the zone, so the Enforcers will have to come out. They all get onside, and Brandon Tucker on the chase. Right back behind to Horvath, the one-time Elmira Enforcer. Peace makes a change. Dump back around as Jurovic and Horvath continue to play patty cake back behind the net. Played out here by Perks, thrown ahead, looking for his man. He finds Nada. Nada fires, saved by Joe Young, shoved to the sideboards. Again, dump back behind where Gino Mini will pick it up. Just over 5 minutes into the second period, this one bounces up. Perks using his vertical leap to knock that one down as it's played back again by Diaz. Diaz pressured by Tucker, throws around to Danielic. Danielic looking for Diaz again, but it's intercepted one more time by Tim Perks. Perks harassed by Essery. Trying to move it up as Danielic feeds it across, and here comes Mentor back the other way. Dumping it back into the zone as now Gino Mini skates for it. He ties up with his man. Brandon Tucker going to have to dip low to take care of that one. He feeds it back around for Gino Mini. Right back to Glenn Patterson. Patterson sidesteps a check, but has the puck taken away from him anyway and out the other way. Now comes Gino Mini. Mini trying to get the red line. He can't get there. Danielic will intercept it and throw it back out for Diaz on the near side. Diaz looking up the ice. Picked off here by Kyle Stevens. Stevens one-on-one with Danielic. Danielic goes down to a knee. Stevens lost control of the puck, however. And now the Enforcers looking again. Dump pass for Essery. Essery looking back. Essery feeding it through. He finds Glenn Patterson. Patterson skates in, winds, fires, and that one's deflected. Still loose in front and thrown out. And this one will go all the way. Should be an icing call, as that'll be touched up with 13:47 to go here in period number 2. It's a 3-1 Enforcers lead right now. So Elmira doing a job so far. 13:46 to go in period number 2, and this second period has certainly gone more the Enforcers' way. As Michaelis takes a long look. Puck is dropped. Down and moving back to JT Walters. Thrown down low for Andrew Harrison, who has a goal here tonight. Sent back again to JT Walters. Throwing it towards the front. Deflected. Loose in front again. And unable to handle it was Jurich. Jurich also has a goal tonight. Passes across. Michaelis fires, but it goes off his stick at a weird angle there as it's played back around behind again by Newberg. Sent back deep. Men are trying to settle things down. They want to get things going offensively for themselves. Yuri Pastuca looks up the ice. Move back along. Harrison going to have to chase. They say no icing, as that one was eerily close to the red line. Picked up, and the Enforcers will move it back out the other way. Passed ahead. Jurich has it. Jurich across. Trying to feed it through the skates of Morrow as Harrison turns and fires, and an easy save for McClendon as Harrison will go right to the bench. Enforcers in the middle of a line change. Babenko looking out. He's chasing down Morrow. Picked off of his stick, and out the other way, here comes Jurich. Jurich feeds across for Michaelis. Michaelis has that one hit off his own skate.
and the Enforcers will have to turn and chase. Kyler Matthews on that chase, dumping it back along for JT Walters. Walters turns, feeds it up the boards. Babenko feeds ahead to Michaelis. Michaelis heading in. He's got Jurich on his side. Michaelis shoots, saved by McClendon, and he will cover up. And that one was a risky play there, as McClendon wasn't sure he had it. 23-10, the shots on goal. The Enforcers with a 3-1 lead with 12:36 to go in period number 2. And everybody wearing green is certainly happy right now. So, Peace out there with Timofeyev and Babenko. Puck is dropped. Babenko plays it off for Timofeyev. Timofeyev in the slot, fires, and a save by McClendon as the puck rolled loose for a second there. So, Timofeyev just throwing everything on the net, and why not? So, see if the Enforcers can get it going again. Puck is dropped. Timofeyev with it again. Fires, glove save there by McClendon, and he will stop play. 12:29 to go in period number 2, and 3 quick face-offs. As Timofeyev, I don't know if that he's had to move very far out of that spot. Puck is dropped right back to Dion now. Dion fires, deflected through. Timofeyev towards the front. And again, Babenko on the chase. Babenko with it along the side of the boards. Dumps it down. He's looking for Zach Peace. Poked along as Babenko will pick it back up. Babenko back towards Peace. Deflected off towards McClendon now as the puck squirts loose and around the sideboards. Timofeyev was trying to get there, but it's flipped out to center ice by the Mentor Icebreakers. Right back in and deflected by Babenko all the way down. The Enforcer's going to get a line change. Peace was squirting in there trying to knock it off the stick, but it's cleared all the way, and Gino Mini will have to go back to play. Under 12 to go here in period number 2 as the Enforcers clear it back towards center ice. Moved ahead by Brendan Hussey. Hussey has Peace with him. Timofeyev on the backside, right in the slot, and he has his stick lifted. Just missed a beautiful opportunity in the slot. Gino Mini trying to throw his weight around as now Timo getting bumped. And again, the Icebreakers come away with the puck. Kyle Stevens down deep. Thrown back ahead. Men are trying to set it up as Jurovic passes across to Diaz. Sent back ahead and deflected off a Fowler, so Gino Mini has to chase. Gino Mini dumps it back along, and Brendan Hussey will be back on the chase in his defensive zone. Drop pass along again for Kyle Stevens. The two boys from Boston trying to get it going for the Elmira Enforcers. Sent back along and picked off. Joe Young makes a save on Stuart Daunt. Stuart Daunt goes back to play. Wrapping it around the boards. Back to the point to Diaz. Diaz over to Danielic. Fires. Shot and a goal! So, Mentor's going to pull themselves one goal closer here. That one had to hit somebody in front. Crawford, the first man through the line. If Crawford scored that, it's his 4th of the season. Like I said, you watch that on the replay. There's no way that went in clean because Joe Young had read it perfectly. We'll wait for the official announcement as the referee skates over to his position. And we wait. Okay, a stick was over there. All right, so now we're ready to go. Puck is dropped, and the Enforcers are back to work. Chasing the puck now as Berger has it. Berger looks, fires it ahead. So I was right. As Crawford gets his 4th of the season, trying to play it back. Patterson rubbed into the boards, right back towards the slot, fired, saved by Joe Young, and that'll stop play. So with 10:46 left to go in the second period of play, the Enforcers lead now trimmed by 1. As 25-13, the shots on goal, the Enforcers can't let up. That's been a wary concern of Elmira this season. They get a comfortable lead, and then they let it get right back away from them. As that one will be picked off. Patterson moves it ahead, and it's taken away from Jurich, right back down low, and poke checked away by Joe Young. Played down low again, picked off by JT Walters, up to Harrison. Harrison drop pass there, looking for Michaelis. Michaelis turns into his own zone. He takes a long look. Jurich along the sideboards. Michaelis will choose to take it himself, over the red line. Back into the offensive zone goes Michaelis. He dumps it around the boards, and now Tyler Jurich skating down towards it. He plays big against the wall. Farrington has it, wrapping it around the near sideboards now. Patterson stepped up. He's trying to push it forward. Hudson Michaelis had backed up to play Patterson's defensive position, as breaking out the other way was Pastuca. Over to Farrington. Farrington out towards the front, broken up by the Enforcers and thrown ahead, looking for Andrew Harrison. Couldn't clear the zone. Now the Icebreakers in the middle of a line change. There are almost too many men on the ice. As it's picked off, thrown ahead, and Andrew Harrison was on the chase. He looks like he needs a line change as Berger goes back to play. Back over to Dominic Horvath. Drops for Berger. Berger Looking ahead, flipping towards the Enforcers zone. That'll roll in just in on Joe Young, and he will cover up and take the stoppage. With 9:43 to go, that should send us to the media timeout. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com.
Lacey Evans challenges Bailey for the SmackDown Women's Championship and more Saturday night.
All right, fans, sorry about interrupting that commercial, but we are back to work here as everything runs out of time, and it's a 3-2 game here in Mentor as the Enforcers go right back to work. Puck is won back by Elmira, shoved along the board. Zach Peace on the chase, couldn't come up with it, but Dale Dion makes an interception and gets it right back to Zach Peace. Peace trying to get through, flips it ahead, but again, Elmira going to have to turn around and chase as it's sent right back to the neutral zone by Mentor. Moving ahead as Kyler Matthews finds Babenko across on the far side boards. Looks ahead. Babenko over to Timofeyev, deflected, and he couldn't get it to go. Zach Peace wrapping it back around for Timofeyev. Timofeyev chasing. He's all alone on the near side boards. Looks, takes his time, drops for Dale Dion. Dion pinching down low. Dion fires in a save by McClendon as the Enforcers have their work cut out for them. A couple of scoring changes being announced as they keep changing second assists. As those will be accurate and updated on the FPHL website. As now Peace ready to take the draw. Puck is down, and we are back moving here as Dion wraps it around the boards, looking for Babenko behind the net. Babenko picks it up. He's still being shoved at there and chopped at pretty aggressively as Timofeyev throws it towards the front. He was looking for Zach Peace, couldn't get it to him. It's moved out now by Oade. Oade dumps it after he gains the red line. So Kyler Matthews trying to chase it back down. It's poked ahead by Mentor, shot, and into the corner. Diaz goes back to get the puck, firing it again towards the net, and making the grab is Joe Young. So 8:42 to go here in period number 2. The Enforcers and Mentor both came into the season and a second year. So both these teams came into the FPHL last season as the puck is dropped, and we are ready to go again. Right back out. The puck is wrapped around. Under 8:40 to go here in period number 2. Mentor sends back to the point. Diaz with it now. Dumping it along. He was looking for Farrington. It goes in the corner where Gino Mini moves it along for JT Walters. Right up to Mark Essery. Essery passes across. He finds Tucker. Tucker tries to swat at it. Does come away with the puck at the red line. Tucker dumping it deep. He still comes away with the puck down below the goal line. Throwing it in front. That one deflects out of play as they finally blow the whistle dead on that one. That net moved like a slap shot had just been ripped into it, but took a little bit as the lead official had his back turned, so he didn't quite see that one hit the net, I don't think, as the clock continues to tick here, where there's 8:13 to go in period number 2. There we go. We are all set to go again. Puck is won back by Elmira. JT Walters deflected in front, and Mark Essery got his stick on that one, but couldn't quite bury it as Frankie McClendon able to read the very slow crawling puck as it made its way towards the net mouth. So Stevens ready to take the draw now. Puck will be dropped, moved along by Tucker. He throws it towards the front of the net. McClendon make a stick save there, but didn't have much trouble with that. Essery now chasing it down. Mark Essery moving it along the boards. Essery still with possession. He falls down, but gets it back to JT Walters, throwing it down for Essery. Essery has it again. Working towards the slot, picked up by Kyle Stevens, deflected, and it goes just wide. Tucker with a beautiful tip there. Just couldn't get it to go as the Icebreakers get it back to center ice. Stevens will turn around and throw it back in. They say no icing. As going back to get it now is Mark Steele. Steele harassed by Essery. Still being harassed by Essery. He moves it down to his defensive partner. And Berger looks up the ice. Feeds it back to center ice where it's played down by Nadia. Move back in. Fowler has it. He's checked hard. And down into the zone further. Poke check back to the defense. Fired. Blocker saved by Joe Young. Down low again. Mentor right back in front. Looking. Firing shot saved by Joe Young. Puck is still loose. And finally is covered up. And the Enforcers taking some offense to Nadia digging at the knockdown Joe Young. The officials pointing at a couple of different players, I think. I think we're going to get some 4-on-4 action here. I believe. We'll wait to see. Each official has a player for one of the two teams. We'll see if anything's going to go. We are going to get 4-on-4 action. I think both sides are going to get 2 minutes, probably for roughing, I would imagine. So we will see penalties on the board, as the Enforcer is going to get 2 minutes, and that one's going to go to Tucker. And on the Mentor side of things, I think we've got 2 minutes over there for, I didn't see the number, so we'll wait for the announcement again. We'll have 4-on-4 play. They still don't have them up on the board. Cross-checking for Tucker for both sides. I believe we've got 10 over here. Hold on, we've got 4-minute minors on Nadia. Now they take down the 4. As I said, this is getting a little more confusing the more the off-ice officials have the handle on it. I think it's 2 minutes apiece, each side 4-on-4. There we go, 2 minutes apiece, both sides 4-on-4 hockey, and we are ready to go. So this should work to the Enforcers' advantage with their speed. As now both sides are up there. Shots on goal still in favor of Elmira, 28-16. Jurich had encroached, so Michaelis will get tossed. Jurich's going to come in and take the draw, as now the clock is moving right back in front, and playing it out is Jurich. Jurich has it, fed out here to Michaelis. Michaelis into the zone. Right back as Michaelis fires over the top of the net. Michaelis chases down his own rebound. Michaelis still with it, firing it back to the center ice area for Dale Dion. Dion takes a long look as Glenn Patterson goes off quickly. Tyler Matthews is out there. Puck is moved ahead. Tipped in here by Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis has possession. He's got Jurich out in the slot. Michaelis back behind the net. Thought about a lacrosse move there as Michaelis takes his time. Looks back, drops for Kyler Matthews. Matthews looking, firing it towards the front of the net. Deflected away as Dale Dion works it around. Dion sends back for Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis back towards the point. Kyler Matthews fires, deflected away again. And Dion with it. Dale Dion turning, takes it back to center ice now as he passes back to Kyler Matthews, feeding it up to Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis across. He passes it in the zone. Here comes Kyler Matthews. Wide, fires in a glove save by Frankie McClendon. So with 6:14 to go, 58 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. The Enforcers still holding on to that 3-2 lead. Still 6:14 to go in period number 2. Leading in shots on goal almost by double here. 14 shots on goal lead, a 30-16. As now Zach Peace out there with Stepan Timofeyev. Puck is down, one back to JT Walters. Fed across for Patterson, and he can't keep the zone. Patterson looking across, feeds for Timofeyev. Timofeyev takes a sharp turn right back towards the offensive zone. He's got Peace with him. Timofeyev takes it towards the wall. Looks back towards the point. Patterson cutting across to the front of the net as now JT Walters, the lone man back. Timofeyev stutter steps, drop pass there for JT Walters. He tries to move it along, and it circles back out to Timofeyev, who drops now for Glenn Patterson. Moving it back along for Timofeyev. Timofeyev going back behind his own net. 30 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Playing it out is JT Walters. He looks ahead, passes across. Patterson has it. Patterson looks up the ice, drops for Timofeyev. Timofeyev over the red line, trying to split the defense. He does that. Pulls into the zone, still has it. Right across, looking for Zach Peace. Deflected out towards the blue line. Patterson will keep. Moves it around the boards for Peace. Peace looking out in front, right across the front of the goal mouth. Back towards JT Walters, deflected. Played down and out the other way. Here comes the Icebreakers. Making a move is Yuri Pastuka. Pastuka heading for the front. Back to 5-on-5, deflected away by Joe Young. Played along again. Trying to work it back through. It's pinned to the boards and thrown back up towards the defense. Trying to work it out now is Tucker. He can't come up with it as it's moved out by Berger. Played back out. Timofeyev sidesteps the defender. Right back in the slot. Right back through. He was looking for Zach Peace. He couldn't get it there. Peace back towards the blue line as jumping off the ice is JT Walters and Dale Dion coming on. Dion takes his time. Takes a long look. Dion looks up the ice. He finds Tucker right across to Patterson. Patterson has that one deflected up and out of play. It comes into the into the stands area here. As again, faceoff will come right here at center ice. As the Icebreakers make a line change, they'll get Morrow back out here as quick as they can, along with Farrington and their line mate Hatham Oade. Puck is dropped for the Enforcers, who keep a similar lineup out there with Michaelis, Harrison, and Jurich. As now it's played back along by Berger. Played up ahead, and again the Enforcers on the chase. Move back along. Farrington has it. Feeds it back along, and back out for Kyler Matthews on the far side. He moves it up to Tyler Jurich. Fed ahead to Michaelis. Michaelis can't control it, but Kyler Matthews jumps up into the play again. Michaelis feeding it along. Right back in and right back out by Menor as Farrington will pick it up over the red line, dropping it across the near side boards to Oade. Oade fires, saved by Joe Young. So with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in period number 2, the Elmira Enforcers still have that 1-goal lead. Shots on goal, 30-17. That's a category the Enforcers have been very good in so far. They take a long look. Puck is dropped, and we are back to action here as it's moved back behind by Dale Dion. Finds Jurich. Jurich all the way across. He was looking for Harrison, but it goes just too far. Jurovic passes back to Horvath. Horvath back behind the net. Looking. Almost has it taken away there by Harrison. He moves it along for Jurovic. Now Jurich pinching down, but the puck will roll back to center ice. Going out to play will be Kyler Matthews as we approach the final 4 minutes here of this period. Moved up to Harrison. Harrison looks. Has Jurich through the middle, but he couldn't get it to him. As now Jurich battling for it. Looking for a penalty on that one as Jurich's stick was then grabbed as well. Patterson battling but can't keep the zone. Moved ahead by Harrison up to Patterson. 3-on-2 if the Enforcers hurry. Back to Patterson. Patterson along the side of the net. Has to take it back behind. He's still looking for a lane. Finds Harrison. Winds. Fires deflected and almost hit Hudson Michaelis right in the mouth there. He reached up to see if he was bleeding. Harrison has it. It was offsides, I believe, but it's played back again, and here comes the Enforcers. Gino Mini with it. Through his skates, collides with his man, and this will be dumped all the way down. Should be icing, and that whistle says it is. 3:08 left to go here in period number 2. And the Enforcers, Dom Horvath, will be allowed to get off. He is not looking good as he's got a leg up in the air. The Icebreakers defenseman being checked out by the medical staff. Hussey, Babenko, Timofeyev, Patterson, and Dion on the backside. As the Enforcers wait, puck is now dropped. One back by Hussey. No, they're going to kick out the Icebreakers center. As Hussey won the draw, he thought it was good, but once again, Hussey to take the draw. Puck is dropped, and we are back to action. Move back across. Hussey throws it towards the front of the net. It's deflected away, and Babenko chasing it down. Babenko throwing it back behind the net. Dan Yelich trying to get there as Timofeyev battling. Timofeyev battling hard as now again puck is played out by Menor. Back towards the point. Stepping up is Patterson. Patterson moved it down. He was looking for Hussey, but Hussey had a stick up in the air. So it'll be a pretty free and clear move for the Menor Icebreakers to get it back to center ice. Picked up there by Hussey. Off of Babenko as it's dumped back in, and now Timofeyev on the chase. Playing it there was McClendon jumping on top of it, and the net came off its moorings fairly easily there. So they'll fix that. And Elmira will make some changes here as we look out. Going to be Zach Peace, along with the former Menor Icebreaker, Mark Essery and Brandon Tucker. On the backside, Kyler Matthews and JT Walters is pushed ahead, and here comes Fowler. Fowler making his way through the neutral zone. Pushed ahead, and he runs into JT Walters. Not going to get through that brick wall, as the other way comes Brandon Tucker. Tucker up the boards, feeds it ahead. Danielic being pursued there by Zach Peace. It's wrapped around the boards and played back up. As Menor trying to clear the zone. Able to keep it was Kyler Matthews for a moment, but Perks will move it along. Gets it back to Fowler. Fowler across on the far side. Looking, winding, firing, shot, and it ekes just wide. Back behind the net now as they try to put it off Joe Young, and they can't. So, with 2:08 left to go here in period number 2. The Enforcers still have a 3-2 lead. As now there's a chicken dancing down there. I'm not sure what to make of this, as once again puck is dropped and the Enforcers are back in the action here. Trying to move it along, it's Jurich with it, feeding it through, trying to get it back through. It's played out and kicked ahead. Here comes Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis has Jurich with him, fires, it's over the top of the net, right back towards the front. Harrison with it, turning is Michaelis. He couldn't get the shot off. Move back down low for Harrison. Harrison looking back towards the point. He decides instead to drop for Tyler Jurich. Jurich with possession. Trying to feed it around. Jurich keeps possession, kicking it ahead. Tyler Jurich working towards the front. Right back out in front, and Michaelis couldn't get the shot off. Michaelis now looking towards the front of the net. He sends it back to the point to Walters. Walters shot, blockered way up high and behind the net. Michaelis will chase it back down again. It's all Enforcers right now as Michaelis trying to get back towards the front of the net. He circles down low, looks back towards the point. Michaelis drops for Walters, right back to Michaelis. Dump back behind for Jurich. Jurich back to JT Walters, right out in front, but no Enforcer jersey there. Picked up by Michaelis. Thrown back off of the man as the other way comes Morrow. Morrow in 1-on-2. He's got no help with him. Morrow now wraps around the back of the neck, winding, firing, and just off to the side. Joe Young will jump on top. And with 1:05 left to go here in period number 2, the Elmira Enforcers have a defensive zone faceoff. 65 seconds to go here in period number 2. And Elmira still clinging to a 1-goal lead, despite having truly, in this broadcaster's opinion, outplayed the Mentor Icebreakers so far here tonight. Puck is dropped, Enforcers chasing again, right back out. Comes the Enforcers up to Babenko. Babenko off the boards and chasing it down. Dom Horvath sending it back across. Glad to see him back out there as he had gone to the back side on an injury. That one's flipped in on Joe Young and he'll just cover up. So just under 51 seconds to go. The Elmira Enforcers hemmed back in their defensive zone here. Although Mentor hasn't been able to cash in, Joe Young has had to be rock solid. Puck is dropped again, and the Enforcers are off. Back to Gino Mini, back out to Dimitro Babenko. Babenko taking a long look, feeds it across, and Kyle Stevens gets in the zone. Stevens has it, throws it towards the front, deflected away as Babenko now chases it down, gets it back to Gino Mini. Mini throwing it across, pushed ahead by Kyle Stevens, back to Babenko. Babenko tries to work it ahead, but Pastuca will pick it off. Under 30 seconds to go. Babenko knocks it down, has to wait for Stevens to clear. Now Timofeyev will take possession. Timofeyev back to Gino Mini. 20 seconds remaining in period number 2. Gino Mini turns back behind the net. Feeds it off for Dale Dion. 15 seconds. The Enforcers maybe time for one more rush. Here comes Timofeyev. Timofeyev into the slot, cutting through, looking, trying to get a shot off, and he's taken down right in front of the net. No penalty called there, as with 5 seconds to go, that should just about do it for period number 2. There goes the buzzer, and we are done with number 2. So the end of the second period sees the Elmira Enforcers add 2 goals in this period, 1 goal coming from the Mentor Icebreakers. And that'll shrink it to a 3-2 lead, but with 20 minutes to go, the Enforcers say it again. 20 miles, 20 smiles. Nobody rides for free. And with that, we'll be back here on Mixler.com.
To the end of the second period with your
Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Wednesday, February 19th, it's the New York City Police Department against your Elmira Enforcers. Sunday, February 23rd, it's a post-game skate with the Enforcers player and it's Faith and Family Night. That's Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd at First Arena. Get your tickets early. Call 734-PAW.
WWE Live Road to WrestleMania returns to Elmira with the superstars of Friday Night SmackDown. Saturday night, February 29th.
First and foremost, the A-lister is back.
See The Miz challenge The Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship.
And all he has to do is let me in.
Then,
if you have beef with me, I say we squash it right here in this ring.
Roman Reigns faces King Corbin in a loser eats dog food match.
Because you're used to eating dog food just like the people here in this part of the godforsaken country.
And even with the devious Sami Zayn in his corner, can Shinsuke Nakamura retain the Intercontinental Championship?
Knee to the face.
When he faces Braun Strowman.
You're gonna get these hands.
Lacey Evans challenges Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship and more. Saturday night, February 29th. Tickets start at $15. Available now at the box office and firstarena.net.
This is Glenn Patterson with the Elmira Enforcers. Did you know that you can celebrate your birthday here at First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers? Birthdays should be a memorable event, and with the Enforcers, you'll never forget it. Call today for more details at 607-734-7825. Go Enforcers, go.
Hello, this is Ahmed Mahfouz, captain of your Elmira Enforcers. If you're looking for something to do when the Enforcers are on the road, come on down to the rec rink and take part in the Rock and Skate. It's a great night out with friends, family, and other great Enforcers fans. At just $5 for admission and $5 for skate rental, it's a real power play every Friday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Go Enforcers, go.
Another great period of Enforcers action in the books down here with Brendan Hussey. Big game here tonight against the Mentor Icebreakers. You guys haven't seen them yet this year. Pretty late in the year to get your first look at a team. How are you guys feeling coming into this weekend?
We're feeling good. We had a good weekend last weekend. Had a great NYPD game. Got us ready for this weekend. We got a new guy on the team. Stepan Timofeyev. He's Russian. He's Russian American. He's going to help us out a lot, I think. And I think we're just going to roll through this weekend and have a good one.
Well, you talk about Timo, obviously a big welcome back sign for him as he made his way back to First Arena. And you guys continue to add pieces, and this continues to take development and look like a playoff possibility roster that can make a long run. Is that feeling going through the locker room right now as well, or is it just in the stands?
100% going through. Like, us in the locker room, we know we got a really good team. We got 3 lines that can go. We got all our D that can go, and we just know it. We just gotta execute on the ice, and it's all on us at this point.
Well, you got a chance here tonight against Mentor. It's never an easy task, obviously, to face someone in your own division, whether it be Delaware, whether it be Mentor, someone down the bottom, or anyone up at the top, Danbury or Watertown. How important are these points over, let's say, points against a team in the West?
They're huge. We got, I think it's Watertown behind us. They're trailing us. You need all the points you can get in your division, so it's always going to be a big one when it's a divisional game.
It's the last third of the season now. Tonight is officially game 41, and you guys are looking at a strong schedule down the stretch. Obviously, 2 run-ins with Battle Creek, but aside from that, everybody is in playoff position right now. When you guys think about that, and obviously a 10-game home streak coming up, these road games are kind of playoff primers. What do you guys take away from this game here tonight?
We're just going to obviously just try to play our systems, play our game, play Enforcer hockey, get it in, pucks on net, and just hope for the best. Just kind of keep rolling on to the end of the year for playoffs.
Well, I ask you this every time. Obviously, the shifting dynamics of line combinations. It feels like you're starting to steady out a little more now on where you're playing in the rotation. Are you getting a little more comfortable with who you're playing, or has it still continued to be an adjustment game in and game out?
It's not really an adjustment game, but it's a little bit more steady. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You just go out there and play hard with whoever's next to you on your line or whatever the circumstances are. You just go out there and play hard, give it your all, and the best will come.
Well, you've killed the monkey. We watched that a couple games ago. So now that the monkey's gone, how many can we expect here tonight?
7.
7. That's a big call from Brendan Hussey, and that's where we're going to leave it. We'll be back here on the Mixer.com Intermission Report. Well, there you heard it. Brendan Hussey predicting 7. Maybe in total. I mean, it's 3-2. Enforcers could obviously score a couple more goals. They've done it before. Before we get into the intermission report, and it's, of course, my favorite intermission because I get to thank all of you guys, and we'll get to that in just a second. Got to take a look at that out-of-town scoreboard, and nobody doing us any favors tonight. Danbury has the lead, 5:31 into period number 3, 3-2 over the Columbus River Dragons. The Watertown Wolves beating up on the Thunder 5-3 as they approach the end of period number 2. 2 periods in the books in Battle Creek. Danville 4, Battle Creek 2. And the Carolina Thunderbirds over the Port Huron Prowlers 4-2 after 40 minutes of play. So every game in the Eastern Division certainly not looking as favorable for the Enforcers. But you never know what can happen. Still a lot of time left out there in Danbury. Still some time left over there in Watertown. And we'll have to wait and see what comes of all of that. Of course, the Enforcers here up 3-2, and they'd love to close this one out, but as we always say, 20 miles, 20 smiles, nobody rides for free. Enforcers going to have to keep up that work rate they've had so far tonight. and they've got to find a way to keep it going. Never going to be an easy one. But the Enforcers really doing a job so far, but that means we're at my favorite part of the broadcast, where I get to thank all of you amazing Enforcers fans and everybody else who comes out, and everybody who is in the town of Elmira. You guys make it so much fun to be a part of the Elmira Enforcers, and of course we are making an effort to find a way back to the playoffs, and of course hopefully a long playoff run there in April. So there's only a month of the season left. Of course, after tomorrow night, the next 10 games Sunday, beginning on Sunday, will be at First Arena, so don't miss your chance to see your Enforcers trying to make the push for the Commissioner's Cup. But as I said, thank you so much to the great fans and season ticket holders who buy a ticket and come out and see the Enforcers play night by night. Huge thank you to Robbie and Nellie Nichols for believing in hockey in the Twin Tiers. It's absolutely amazing to see First Arena back jumping and alive again and getting things going in downtown Elmira. We can't thank Robbie and Nellie Nichols enough for taking that risk, taking that opportunity to bring hockey back to the Twin Tiers. But we can't forget the most important part, because without them, there'd be nothing going on. We want to thank our amazing sponsors. So, 95 The Meta, Chiropractic Center, Able 2, ACS Facility Services, Addison Family Dentistry, Airflow Manufacturing, Arca Shamong, Arcus Duben, Arnett Health, Bigfoots, Big Fox, Bill's Bullpen, Blaze Brockway, Bobby Rodriguez, Howard Hanna, Boulay Electric, Boucher Amhart Glass, Buckley's Automotive, Bully Hill, Collier's Barbecue, Capriati's, Carnival Valley, Cayuga Health, CC Alice Sons Incorporated, Chad R. Hammond, Checkpoint Gaming, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung County Chamber of Commerce, Chemung County Fair, Cinnabon, Clement Center, Community Foundation, Compliance Solutions, Corel Brands, Corning Community College, Corning Inc., Corning Natural Gas, Crystal Cleaner, CVS Distribution, DNR Cleaning, Dandy Mini Marts, Das Strength, Davis Ulmer, Dean's Construction, Diamond Collision, Disaster Restoration Recovery by Service Master, DJ's and Bethy's Place, Dresser Rand, Duncan, Elbow Room, Elcor, Elm Chevy, Elmira Discipleship Ministries, Elmira Heat Treating, Elmira Structures, Employment Solutions, Excelis, Fagan Engineers, Ferrario Elmira Jazz Festival, Ferro Gas, Finger Lakes Healthcare FCU, Firestone, First Heritage FCU, First Transit, FML, Foster's, Fuel Energy Services, Futures Community Support, GTP, H&R Block, Hardin Jink, Hilliard, Hilton Garden Inn, Holiday Inn, Hometown Teams Barbecue, Hope Church, IBEW 1309, IBM, Ideal Motors, Ingersoll Rand, Jessica Schultz LMT, Journey Fitness, Jubilee Foods, Kelly Brothers, Kennedy Valve, Labella, Lecom, Livewell, M&J Oil and Lube, McGuire Family Dealership, Mansfield, Marion Decker, McKierney Funeral Home, Mikatu, Miller's Mowing, Minchin DDS Family Dentistry, Morrison's Heating, MV2 Foundation, New Britain Roofing, New Heights Dance Theater, New York National Guard, Nucor, NY529 College Savings Program, NYSCOPBA, O'Brien's, Office Equipment, Overhead Door, PS by Brandy, Papa John's, Partners in Progress, Pasquale's Deli, Party Central, Pastrix, Pathways, Patrick's Water Hauling, PDR Catering, Pepper Pop, Pepsi, Pietro and Son Italian Restaurant, Potter's Hands, Quicker Printer, Raphael Gregorian, Rita's Italian Ice, Rob Sweet State Farm, Rodney Strange, Ross Park Zoo, Ryan's Distribution, Save-A-Lot, Schuyler Hospital, Seneca Beverage, Seven Mountains Media, Shedden's Wholesale, Sherwin-Williams, Silverline Construction, and Watkins Glen Supply, Slam and Jam and Barbecue, Snap Fitness, Sorge's Restaurant, Southern Tier Brewing Company, Southern Tier Custom Fab, Southern Tier Logistics, Strayhaven SPCA, Stuart Lazowski Excavation, Suburban Propane, SUNY Corning, Swan Morris, TNR Towing, TN Merritt Photography, Tanner's Paws, Teal's Tavern, Texas Roadhouse, the law offices of Kevin P. Flynn, Tioga County Fair, Tioga Downs, TMR Disposal, Tom South Corning Collision, Town Barber and Beauty Shop, Tree Forms, True Blue, Twinkletown, U.S. Army, Valley Bowling Center, Vasco Brands, Visions FCU, Wayfair, Wegmans, Weiss Markets, WNY, WETM, Wiggle, William George Williams, Yale's Music Shop, York's Home Improvement, You Can Play, Young's Tires, Zipflaw, Culligan Water, Costy's Used Truck and Auto Parts, and Elmira Psychiatric Center. Thank you so much to all of you for being a part of our our second season now, but our next rush to the Commissioner's Cup playoffs. We also want to remind you, hey Enforcers fans, don't forget the next time you need a day to refresh and unwind. Stop on down the Town Barber and Beauty Shop. Ladies, if you need a new haircut or the color refreshed, Nancy is your gal. Men, if you need a face shave with a hot lather, Mary is the master barber for you. Need a mani or a pedi, Donna will have your hands and feet soft and smooth in no time. Aches and pains, Jessica will help soothe those sore muscles with a therapeutic massage.
The Town Barber and Beauty Shop is your one-stop shop offering something for everyone. Stop in today, 1128 Broadway in Southport, across from the Value Home Center. And before I wrap up the second intermission report, I want to remind everybody that 1 week from tomorrow night, WWE takes back over the First Arena. It's going to be a heck of a good time. The superstars of SmackDown will be in the house, and you might catch some of your Elmira enforcers there. They may be looking for tips to brush up on that fighting for the playoff. As I said, Kyle Stevens the other night got taken down in a headlock, so you never know. Could be a lot of fun, and again, any opportunity to utilize the First Arena, we're glad to have everybody there. So one last check at the out-of-town scoreboard before we go to our final break. Right now, we're over halfway through the third. Danbury still has the lead. Watertown Wolves about to kick off the third period of play. 5-3 in favor of the Wolves. Battle Creek, again, through 40 minutes of play. Danville with the lead, 4-2. And in Carolina, 40 minutes wrapped up, still 4-2 for the Carolina Thunderbirds. We'll step aside when we come back. The Enforcers will be ready to take back to the ice. Elmira Enforcers, final period of play. 20 miles, 20 smiles. Nobody rides for free here on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back live at the Mentor Ice Arena. The Enforcers 3, the Icebreakers 2, 20 minutes up on the clock as both sides ready to take back to the ice. The Elmira Enforcers, of course, looking to find the victory. They're going to have a long path to do it. 20 miles, 20 smiles. Nobody rides for free. And the Elmira Enforcers are going to have to find a way to play their way through this. Of course, for the majority of this game, again, one broadcaster's opinion, the Enforcers have really controlled the pace of play. They've done everything right. They just have to finish. And with a 1-goal lead, which was quickly accelerated to a 2-goal lead not too long ago, they really have a shot to do it. They got to come back out, though, and they got to play that same offensive style they were playing at the beginning of the second period. They came out, they made quick work of the Icebreakers there in the beginning of the second period. 1 minute, 5 seconds in, they were able to score. So 30 seconds left on the intermission clock here, so we'll remind you, it's time for the opening faceoff, brought to you by Rob Sweet State Farm Agency on Market Street in downtown Corning, or you can visit them on the web where you can buy a home, auto, and life for a sweet hat trick at sweetrun.com. See what the Enforcers choose to do here as I take a look down towards the bench. I'm seeing Jurich out there alongside Michaelis and Harrison, so this line looks like they'll be starting things off with Patterson and Kyler Matthews on the backside. Joe Young retaking his spot in the net. Certainly not a bad spot for him. Joe Young has played spectacularly as of late. Of course, he has allowed 2 goals here tonight on 19 shots, but you certainly feel very comfortable with him being in the net over there. On the right-hand side, Frankie McClendon, he's been under siege here. 30 of 33 he stopped. Up front, it's going to be Morrow Farrington alongside Yuri Pastuka. On the backside, Mark Steele alongside his defensive partner, Henry Berger. So we're set to go. The puck is dropped and we are underway as the Enforcers take it back in their own zone. Kyler Matthews feeding it through, looking for Harrison. Harrison does have a jump. He should beat out the ice, and he did, but the Enforcers not going to be happy with that call as they bring that one all the way down. They're asking for the puck to be dropped at center ice, and I think it should be. Clearly Harrison had the beat out there, and now they fixed that and put the puck drop back at center ice. So Michaelis waiting. Puck is dropped, and the Enforcers right back on to work as it's moved along by Kyler Matthews. Back around for Tyler Jurich. He kicks it back to center ice. Harrison couldn't intercept the Menor redirection, and now Farrington passes back to his defensive partner. Played back along. Mark Steele has it. Looks up the ice, feeding it along the near side boards where it's broken up by Tyler Jurich. Jurich thrown ahead as Michaelis makes his way into the zone. It's picked off of his stick and turned around the other way by Yuri Pastuka. Pastuka back out through the neutral zone. Stepping up there, Kyler Matthews moves it right back along, and Steele will go back to play. Steele back up the boards. Moved it along for Morrow. Dump back in, and Glenn Patterson chases it down. Menor making a quick line change here. Moved up the boards to Jurich. Jurich dumps it in, and now McClendon will have to play. Going back to play it there is Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis trying to move it. Fowler flips it ahead. Right back in front of shot, and Jurich almost buried it on the far side. Moving it back along. Played down and back to the neutral zone where Dale Dion takes a second. Feeds up for Jurich. Jurich right back up the boards and tipped in there by Babenko, who's on the chase as Dominic Horvath, the one-time Elmira Enforcer, trying to work the puck back out of his zone. Horvath taking it along the boards. He steps up, runs into Gino Mini, and not going to get by him. He just dumps the puck in deeper. Played back here by Dale Dion, passing across to Zach Peace. Peace up for Timofeyev. Timofeyev sends it back to his defensive player as Dale Dion will take it, move it back up to Timofeyev, right back over to Dion. Dion up the ice, looking for Peace. I don't know if that one, it was tipped according to the official, and McClendon didn't like that one. So 18:20 left to go in period number 3. Menor takes possession in their own zone, trying to feed it out, having some trouble getting it out of their zone, however. It's sent back behind, and the Enforcers trying to pinch. Fowler tips it ahead. Dale Dion will play. Dion looking up the ice. He's pinched in there by Nadia, and puck moved back out to Danielic. Danielic waits for his man to get onside and then takes the puck in as Dion plays it. Dale Dion feeds over to Timofeyev. Passing across, he was looking for Tucker, who has to circle back. Tucker can't play it, but Timofeyev steps in. He played it and had it taken off of his stick. Now it's moved back the other way and dumped back into the Enforcers zone. Gino Mini turning, wrapping it around the boards for Dale Dion. Dion lets that one go as it's picked up there by Stevens. Now right back to Dion, who's tripped up, and that will result in a penalty here when Mentor touches the puck next. Tucker has possession. This will be the first man advantage of the game for either side, as Tucker has possession, firing it back for Jurich. Jurich coming in onside. Jurich, the 6th attacker, works, fires, and a save by McClendon will earn us our first power play of the game. It'll go the way of the Elmira Enforcers. So, Elmira watching, I believe that's Josh Newberg head for the penalty box. So the power play goes up on the board, and with 17:22 left to go in period number 3, the Enforcers going to have a bit of a relaxing next 2 minutes at least, as they will be able to play more offensively minded as Dion comes down to play. Michaelis out there. It's a Labella power play, reminding you we are powered by partnership as the Icebreakers win the draw. Morrow has it, fires it in and around. So Team FF will chase it back. Farrington right on him as Farrington pushes it down deeper. It's poke checked away by Dale Dion. Dion looks up the ice, and the Enforcers taking their time, ready to set this one up. They're not feeling any pressure here as Team FF breaks it out on the near side boards. Cutting in towards the center of the Icebreaker zone, they look, fired, and that goes off the boards, off a defender, as this goes back behind the net for Michaelis. Michaelis back up to Dale Dion. Dion, top of the circle, working it down in, fires, and it goes just wide. Back over to Tyler Jurich, feeds out to Team FAF. Team FAF looking, back down to Jurich. Jurich, top of the circle, winds, fires, and McClendon makes the stop. So 16:39 left to go, a minute 17 in the power play. Look to see how the Enforcers approach the power play. Obviously not having Ahmed Mahfouz changes things up a little bit as Dion goes to the bench, and they allow him to make the change for Patterson. So, Michaelis ready for the puck drop here. Puck is down, Enforcers win the draw, and it's moved back along for Team FF. Deflected in front, off the side, and back out of the zone. Team FF has to chase it all the way down as Joe Young will play it off. Right back for step on Team FF. A minute to go in the power play. Team FF passes off to Brandon Tucker. Tucker sidesteps the poke check there from Pastuca. Drop pass there. He was looking for Michaelis, who didn't quite gear up as quickly as Tucker thought he was going to. Picked off now by Team FF. Down to 45 seconds to go in the man advantage. Looking up ice. Passed across. Here comes Patterson. Patterson cuts across in front of Steele. Looking towards the front of the net as poke check to the backboards and sent around where Jurich will play it out at the point. Feeds it down low for Michaelis. Michaelis right back for Jurich. Jurich back across for Team FF down the far side. Right across. Michaelis shot, and it goes just wide. Back to Team FF. Team FF taking his time. 20 seconds left to go on the advantage. Team FF top of the slot. Fired in, deflected around, trying to shove it past, and they can't get it to go. It's back to Jurich, who sends back to Team FF at the point. Team FF back to Jurich. Jurich winds, fires, goal! Tyler Jurich, a power play goal with 15:33 to go, as Jurich is going to put the Enforcers up by 2 yet again. That's Jurich's second of the night for goal number 37. He had just 11 seconds left of the advantage, and the Enforcers go 1 for 1 on the power play. So 15:33 remains in period number 3. And the Enforcers continuing to knock on the door. Stevens waiting. Puck is dropped, and Menor wins the draw, moving it back along. Trying to play it off. It's moved ahead and picked up one more time by Dominic Horvath. Horvath sends it along and back out of the zone. Stepping up to play was JT Walters. It's in the skates and trying to move it through Pastuca. They can't. Picked off now by Morrow. Morrow looking towards the front, deflected away. Right back out, a shot and a save by Joe Young. Shoved to the backboards. Farrington throws it out in front. Broken up as Pastuca lost his stick and out the other way. Chasing it down was Jurovic. Jurovic tries to throw it through the neutral zone quickly. Thrown back ahead, and Essery runs into a man as Stevens is now in offsides. And we'll wait to see if the whistle gets blown or Menor gets out of the zone. Menor does get out of the zone as they try to set it up. Right back goes Hatham Oade. Drop pass there. He was looking for Danyilik. Danyilik puts it off the boards. Jumping for it is Gino Mini, although with his height, he barely had to jump. Gino Mini gets it in the zone. Offsides are the Enforcers. Brendan Hussey has to tag up. We're over 5 minutes into this third period of play. And again, Menor making their break. Danyilik will wrap it around the boards. Right back towards Harrison, who plays it, moves it ahead, but is picked up by the Menor defense. Thrown. Joe Young with a stop. Bounces around in front. Another shot. Another save by Joe Young. And again, JT Walters will pick up. Walters trying to get around 08. He falls down and throws it back behind to Gino Mini. Gino Mini looking ahead. He finds Mark Essery. Essery hurrying out. Passes across for Michaelis. Michaelis back to Essery. Essery back trying to get it to Michaelis. He couldn't get it to go. As now it's moved along the boards. Essery pinned to the boards, and two members of the Icebreakers going after Essery. Michaelis tries to send it towards the front. Picked up a shot, and they couldn't get it off. Back to Patterson. Patterson tried to step up, and he couldn't get it to go. Michaelis will end up sending it back to Kyler Matthews. Matthews circling in his own zone. He turns around, waiting for the Enforcers to finish off whatever they were doing. It looked like they were caught in mid-change. The only guy who came off, though, Tyler Jurich, now on the ice. So Matthews takes a long look. He feeds it off the boards and out of the zone to Harrison. He couldn't handle it, and this will be an easy return here for Mentor. Down to 13:25 to go in the third period of play. Breaking back in. Here comes the Icebreakers. Right back across towards the slot. Looking Fowler shot right off the mask of Joe Young, and he makes a big save again. Drop back behind. Still another opportunity here as Fowler tries to set it up. Throws it across. He finds his man Berger. That one deflected in front. Good stop by Patterson. As now again Steele trying to get it loose. Right back towards the front. Steele has it, winds, deflected away, and Joe Young will jump on top of that one.
Don't forget that
and with 12:58 to go, the Enforcers trying to get themselves going here. The Enforcers logged that 2-goal lead, but now they need to find a way to get things going back the other way. The best way, as they used to say, and again, hoping this quote isn't lost on anybody, Mel the Cook on Alice, the best defense is a good offense, as that one's thrown towards the front of the net, broken up again, as now again pushed along the boards. Dale Dion trying to move it. Puck is tied up, and in digging is Zach Peace. He gets it cleared, but still pressured by three men, as now it's moved back along again. Morrow has it one more time, sends back to the point, looking for Horvath, dumps it down and around the boards as Timofeyev takes a long look. He squirrels his way out of a check. Morrow pinching. Timofeyev afraid he was going to get hit up high there as that one's pushed ahead, and here comes Timofeyev one-on-one with Horvath. Timofeyev fires over the top of the net and still trying to chase it back down right to Babenko. Babenko turns, he looks, still has possession along the boards, throws it down low, and he was looking for Zach Peace. Goes back behind for Timofeyev, moves it along for Zach Peace. Peace back to the point. Dion waits, he winds, fire deflected over the top of the net as Babenko's stick right there. Timofeyev with a big hit, and turning around to Zach Peace. Peace takes his time, feeds it across for Gino Mini. Mini back to Dale Dion. Dion looks up the ice, flips it ahead. He finds Zach Peace, but it hits off Daniel Yuk's leg, and out the other way with it comes Tucker. Tucker drops for Essery. Essery winds, fires, deflected off a leg pad, and right back out. Here comes Tucker. Tucker turning, tries to throw it back deeper. I think that one hit off a leg pad as well, and now Essery chasing it down in the corner. Essery can't get there, still tied up with a man. Danielic in there digging. Move back for Tucker. Tucker drop pass. Stevens throws it down low, deflected, and a big stop by Frankie McClendon with 11:30 left to go in period number 3. So media timeout coming up here very quickly. The Enforcers out shooting the Icebreakers 39-21. Shots on goal, but the goals that matter, Enforcers 4, Mentor 2. So Elmira right back down there into the offensive zone. Kyle Stevens ready to take this draw. He will lose that one as it's pushed back along. Men are trying to get set up in their own zone. They have had very little luck against this Enforcers defense so far. Fowler works his way in. Drop pass there for Pastuca. Kicks off a couple of legs and right back to Pastuca. Move back out towards the defense. Thrown back in deep. Right back to Pastuca. As now it's moved back along. Trying to work it out. Puck is flipped ahead and moved along. Played out there by Tucker. Moved back to Glenn Patterson. Patterson up the boards. He's got Essery. Essery with Tucker. Essery looking across, looking for Tucker, and he couldn't get it through the leg of the Icebreakers defender. Moved along, is playing it out. Kyle Stevens drop pass. Looking it back in deep as Tim Perks drops it back to his defensive partner. Moved back along by Berger. Up to Fowler. Fowler ahead. Dumps it in. JT Walters on the chase as it's turned aside that time by Joe Young. Mighty Joe Young looking just that again here tonight as it's passed off. Tyler Jurich looks ahead. Tyler Jurich gets the red line and dumps. No icing. As no, they're going to say it was an icing. As the lead official had waved it off, and then the official on the backside had called icing. So 10:29 to go in period number 3. Jurich is arguing as the back official kept his arm up. But once again, 10:29 to go. Puck is dropped, and we are underway. Puck fed back. Horvath couldn't keep as Harrison was there to harass him. Dumped right back in. Dale Dion turns around to chase it down into the corner. Dion looking. He sidesteps a check. Still trying to work it up the ice. Dion comes out with it. Dion's got Harrison on the far side. He's got Jurich on the near side. Dion takes it all the way through and scores! Dale Dion with a shot from the slot. And Frankie McClendon didn't have a chance. McClendon, like all of us, expecting a pass there. But Dale Dion just said, nope, I'm going to just score it myself. 5-2 go the Enforcers now. As 10:08 to go. As the media timeout will be up any moment here if the next stoppage does not come from a goal. Basically is where we're at, as that puck is now dropped and the Enforcers have to go right back to work. Puck is moved along. Zach Peace deflected. Stewart played that one, but unfortunately it's picked right off for Menor as Babenko dumps it back in, and now chasing it back down. It's rolled towards the corner for Babenko, sending it back behind for Peace. Peace looking out, finds Babenko. Babenko has that one flipped up. He knocks it down. Babenko dumps it back deep for Timofeyev. Timofeyev has possession. He keeps his man at arm's length, easy for me to say, as Timofeyev turns and taken off of his stick, as now it's moved out the other way by Menor. Menor making their way back into the zone, working it through. Crawford shoots, that one's deflected and out of play. So with 9:25 left to go in the third period of play, we're at the media timeout. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com.
Well, Missy, I know you have one more trivia question here on Miracle on Ice Night. Real estate advisors.
All right, well, we are back, and I am doing double duty now. So camera work will be done to the best of my ability, fans, and I hope you'll bear with me as we tick down to the end of this one. Enforcers with a 3-goal lead now after 2 goals here in the third period of play. Elmira has done a fantastic job so far. Don't forget, tomorrow night after the game, they will head home as the Enforcers will be looking to take on the Delaware Thunder on Sunday as that puck is dropped. And again, Menor takes possession early. See what they can do as Brendan Hussey ties up Fowler. Fowler working the puck around. Fowler drop pass there, a firing shot, and goes just wide. And now Essery giving chase. Puck is moved along. Essery couldn't handle as Nadia turns it around. Right back out goes Menor. Back the other way, trying to set it up. Sent across and back towards the offensive zone. Here comes the Icebreakers. Trying to work it down. It's picked off there by Brendan Hussey. Moves it ahead, looking for Kyle Stevens. Couldn't come up with it as now Fowler gets shoved off the puck. JT Walter shoves it into Stevens. Stevens looks up the ice. Feeds it off the boards. And now Hussey on the chase. Hussey chasing it back down towards the corner. It's deflected back out. And Menor tries to move it up, but Walter's right back up to Essery. Trying to move it along, but it's picked off there, and back the other way comes the Icebreakers. Making a move is Fowler, and that one's deflected up and into the netting. So with 8:32 to go in period number 3, Elmira with a 5-2 lead, still out shooting the Icebreakers, 41-21, as the Enforcers trying to find their way to the end of this one in as comfortable a fashion as they can. Joe Young, another stellar night, has given up 2 goals. A couple of deflections there as once again the Enforcers win the draw. Gino Mini moves it ahead to Andrew Harrison, firing it across. He was looking for Jurich, does get it over to him, and now it'll be moved out to Harrison.
Harrison pushes it deep into the zone for the Icebreakers, and going back to chase that one down was Jurovic. Dumped back along. He finds Horvath. Horvath looking up the ice. Passes across, and Farrington passing again. Here comes the Icebreakers back the other way. Moving in. Pastuca has it taken off of his stick, and the Enforcers still battling. Thrown towards the front, and a glove save there by Joe Young. So with 8:02 left to go in period number 3, Elmira really pushing the pace of play here. They continue to make stop after stop, but you know they want to get back down and play some more offense. They've had 2 goals already here early. As again, puck ready to be dropped. It's dropped, and Michaelis wins it back again. So the Enforcers trying to work it back up. It's played out here by Hudson Michaelis. Right back behind his net. He waits. He's got Dion with him. Moves it ahead looking for Jurich, but it bounces out of the zone. Going all the way back down. It is played there for an icing call. 7:46 to go.
Friday, February 28th,
as the Enforcers will go back into the defensive zone. A little surprise there as the Enforcers got it up, and they thought that they took a break there on the way back down the ice, did the Icebreakers, but referees disagreed, and the Enforcers will go back and have a defensive faceoff. That one dropped. Menor wins the draw, move back down, and again, Oade goes to play. Oade trying to work it around. It's deflected in front, and again right back to Danielic. So Menor not going away. Danielic cutting towards the middle, and that one's fired just wide, pushed aside again, and thrown back towards the middle, as that'll bounce out. Gino Mini trying to chase it down. Mini gets it ahead and keeps his feet. Mini has Tyler Jurich with him, fires, and it's over the top of the net, as that one bounces out, and going back to play now will be Hudson Michaelis, taking it back towards his own zone. He finds JT Walters. Walters feeds it ahead. He finds Jurich. Jurich racing towards the corner and sends it into the zone. Chasing back down. Here comes the Icebreakers. Trying to work it back the other way. They take a long look up the ice as Berger taking it himself. He might go 200 feet here as Berger heads back. Looking, firing it towards the net. Joe Young avoids making a save on that one as JT Walters runs it around the boards. Right back up and back to center ice. Out to play it. Dmitro Babenko on the chase. He cuts in, looking, firing, and it's just wide of the net. Trying to pinch and keep the zone was Timofeyev. It's picked up by Fowler and sent across. Big hit by Babenko as it's moved back out and onto the stick of Timofeyev. He drop passes for Babenko, and Babenko will just dump in. Enforcers all get on side, and now we'll head back for the offensive zone. Timofeyev pinching deep. Looking out is Berger. Passing ahead. Here comes the Icebreakers, kicking it along, and Zach Peace will take it. Peace back in the offensive zone. Peace. Turn, sharp turn in the corner. He looks back towards the point, decides better of it, and dumps down deep as JT Walters now pinching it. JT Walters dumps it for Timofeyev. Timofeyev trying to get loose. Still has possession as he circles towards the slot. He couldn't come away with the puck, however, as Menor tries to set it up. A strong pass out of the zone. Heading back towards the offensive zone, cutting through, firing it towards the front. They were trying to hit Fowler, but Fowler felt he was interfered with there, as now Timofeyev gets pinned to the boards. Picked off by Zach Peace. Peace dumps for Tucker. Tucker back towards the offensive zone. He's trying to cut through, can't get loose. Puck is moved back along again. Tucker steps up and steals it along, is now thrown over towards Kyle Stevens. Stevens with it towards the front of the net, just wide again. Throws it back towards the point for Gino Mini. Gino Mini has traffic in front, tries to fire it through, but it deflects off a stick, and the Enforcers will have to chase it all the way back down. 5.5 left to go here in the final period, as trying to set it up, Kyler Matthews. Matthews flips it ahead. He finds Tucker. Tucker sees Essery cutting towards the offensive zone. Essery moves in, tried to fire a shot, but his stick was lifted as Essery gets loose. Looking towards the front of the net. Right back out, a shot in front, and it's stopped. As another big stop by McClendon.
You'll want to take a look at
so 5:09 left to go. And some pushing and shoving back there. I don't know what's going on. As the Elmira Enforcers looking around. So, faceoff looks like it'll stay right there. Puck is dropped. And again, right back to work go the Menor Icebreakers, throwing it back towards center ice. Morrow moves it ahead. Morrow trying to fire it across. Joe Young will just shovel it away easily. Puck trying to move it along as Dale Dion was in there digging. It's dropped, and here comes Hudson Michaelis. Michaelis heading towards the front. He's held up there, and now again, puck moved along, picked off there by Jurich, thrown into the corner, thrown back around for Harrison. Harrison looking out towards Michaelis, fires, and a kick save there by McClendon.
Harrison dumping it back along for Jurich. Jurich still back behind the net, trying to make his move. Jurich turns, fires, and it's another stop by McClendon as he jumps on top of that one with 4:35 left to go. Shots on goal still heavily favoring the Elmira Enforcers, 43-22. As Elmira trying to wrap this one up. 4:35 for them. It's better if it's continuous time. As now we look for the faceoff. Hudson Michaelis to take the draw. Puck is dropped. Michaelis pushes it forward, still has possession, looking, and tied up as Mentor will start out the other way. Breaking into the zone. Here comes the Icebreakers. Firing, deflected, and that one goes up and into the netting. So another faceoff coming here. I just talked about the need for continuous time, and that is not going to help. So the Elmira Enforcers making a full sail line change here. As not sure what this music is, but once again, Zach Peace out there with Timofeyev and Babenko. They try to push it back as everything moving along here. Down to 4:18 left to go in the third period of play. Puck is passed across. And once again, thrown back through. Timofeyev getting physical yet again. Thrown out in front, waiting, still with time. Babenko had all day, couldn't get the shot off. As now again, it's thrown in front for JT Walters. Walters fakes a shot, now it's thrown in front. Taken down in front was Timofeyev. He is down and not feeling great. Turning it around, throwing it towards the front, deflected and just wide. Timofeyev still with the puck. A delayed penalty coming, deflected all the way through. Picked off there by Tyler Jurich. Jurich passes back, sent back down to Jurich. Jurich back up top to Patterson. Tyler Jurich turning. He waits, he fires, deflected in front and just wide. Picked up again by Zach Peace. Peace back to the point to JT Walters, and Walters will take it back out to center ice. Enforces again, fine killing clock here. As Walters and Patterson will swap spots. Babenko comes off. And JT Walters being told to hold up by head coach Brent Clark. 3:15 left to go. As JT Walters takes a long look out. He waits. He's still killing time. Fowler now going to pinch. No. Now he pinches, and JT Walters ekes out from behind the net. Tries to circle around as Fowler will touch up. And again, with 3:03 left to go here in period number 3, the Enforcers, who are 1 for 1 on the night, will go to the power play again. And it looks like Cam Fowler, the victim. I thought it was Fowler. It will be a penalty. No, maybe it's not Fowler. I'm seeing 17 go to the box. That's Josh Newberg, who was the same guy that was in there earlier, so maybe developing himself a little bit of a reputation here. I thought it was Fowler going to the box, but once again, Elmira, 2 minutes on the Labella power play, reminding you we are powered by Partnership as Dion takes possession, moves it across. He was trying to fire it across, looking for Jurich, as Tyler Jurich looking for the hat trick tonight. Puck chopped aside. Hudson Michaelis with it now, feeds it across. He finds Tyler Jurich. Jurich back into the zone, cutting back through. It's pushed back, and again, Mentor trying to move it back the other way. Here comes Morrow, feeding it ahead, broken up off a Horvath pass as Dale Dion takes it back towards the backside of his net. He passes it over, and out the other way comes Hudson Michaelis. Feeding across for Timofeyev. Timofeyev into the offensive zone. He pulls up, still controlling the puck down in the corner. Step on Timofeyev, takes a long look. Trying to and a thrown stick there. As Timofeyev keeps possession out towards Dion. Dion fires and a save by McClendon. So still 1:13 on the power play. As now again, the Enforcers making some changes as here comes Big Glenn Patterson. So Michaelis out there, and they move the puck to the other side of the ice. Michaelis, Tucker, Patterson, Timofeyev, and Jurich. And again, Jurich on hat-trick watch. So puck was lifted. Jurich keeps the possession, fires towards the net, deflected in front. Broken up by Patterson, sent back along. Tucker will pick it up and play there. Tucker circles down on the far side boards towards the front of the net, finds Patterson, sends back to Jurich. Jurich across to Timofeyev. Timofeyev taking a long look, passes down low to Michaelis. Michaelis along the near side board, sends back to Timofeyev. Timofeyev waiting, still looking, throws it towards the net, knocked down there by Patterson. Patterson in front, he couldn't connect with Tucker as Michaelis picks it back up. Down to 42 seconds on the man advantage.
Now looking forward is Tyler Jurich. Feeds over to Timofeyev. Timofeyev looking, feeds down to Jurich again. Jurich looking back up top, finds Timofeyev. Timofeyev fires through, deflected just wide. Michaelis on the chase. Michaelis dumps for Patterson. Patterson back towards the point for Timofeyev. Timofeyev looking. Jurich has moved into the Ovechkin spot. Down low again, looking for Patterson. Patterson takes it out from behind the red line, still looking. Patterson towards the front of the net, right through the front end, can't get it to go, it squirts loose. Patterson runs his man into the boards, 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Poked out, fired, and thrown all the way down as the Enforcers have to go back to get it. Power play is over as once again, minute left to go on the clock.
Less than 1 minute remaining.
As the Enforcers trying to get this one done. As we're down to it now. Enforcers breaking it out. Mark Essery up to Peace. Peace throws it through. Essery has it. Essery drops for Peace. Peace shoots and a save by McClendon. So 43 seconds left on the clock. And again, we apologize for these clock issues here, folks, as we are set to go. 43.6 remaining. 46-22 the shots on goal as the Elmira Enforcers try to close this one out. They have had a very successful game here tonight. Just trying to close out these 3 points. Puck is dropped. And again, we are off and moving. Kept in the zone. Essery throws over to Babenko. Babenko throwing it towards the net. McClendon circles it off. It's loose in front. Peace couldn't bang it home. Babenko throws it around. And now JT Walters chasing. Walters avoids a check. And again, the Icebreakers trying to get out of their zone. It's moved out. Zach Peace picks it up. Back onside are the Enforcers. Peace circling around right towards the front. Throws it towards the front. And it's loose in front. Thrown away. And they stop play with 17.3 left to go. The referee lost sight, even though the Icebreakers threw the puck towards the opposite boards. So 17.3 seconds to go. McClendon was down and out. He had no idea where the puck was. Faceoff will come to his left-hand side. Peace lining up guys where he wants them. As a couple Enforcers headed off the ice there, hoping everything's okay. Peace waits. Puck is dropped. And we are back and ready to go as that one's thrown around. Played out up to the top. Gino Mini keeps possession, throws it, trying to throw it towards the front. Can't keep the zone as the Icebreakers break it out. Down to 4, 3, 2, and 1. That'll do it as Joe Young makes one final save. And the Elmira Enforcers going to take the victory here from Mentor Ice Arena. It's a 5-2 final as the Enforcers do their job and get things done here tonight. We want to thank everybody tuning in here tonight. We'll take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we sign off the air. But Joe Young comes up big. He gets his 8th win of the year. And the rest of the Enforcers really doing a hammerful job as they just pounded away. 48 shots on goal against the Icebreakers here tonight. And another matchup tomorrow as these two teams will collide one more time here at Mentor Ice Arena. And we watch as the Enforcers head off the ice. Some common love here as Mark Essery used to be a part of this Icebreakers franchise. So we'll wait and hear the 3 stars of the game before we go to the
third star of the game from
the Enforcers. Going to be Dale Dion. What a game for Dale. He really stood up and played fantastic hockey tonight. The Enforcers again. Hudson Michaelis gets 2nd star of the game. And the 1st star of the game, no doubt about this, Tyler Jurich. 2 goals, 2 huge ones for the Enforcers. All right, and well, more good news, Enforcers fans. The Danbury Hat-Tricks have fallen to the Columbus River Dragons 4-3 in overtime, as the Columbus River Dragons came back and won. In Watertown, it's still 5-3 in favor of the Watertown Wolves, up by 2. The Danville Dashers 5-3 in the 3rd. That one's just about over in Battle Creek. And the Carolina Thunderbirds 5-2 lead over the Port Huron Prowlers. So, the Enforcers, a good night all around for them as Timofeyev goes over and says something to the official and shakes hands. I'm not sure what that had to do with, but we want to thank everybody for tuning in here live on Mixler.com and live on YouTube. The Enforcers get the job done, and not only get the job done, they gain some points in the standings. Only a 1-point night
for Danbury, who has been killing it as of late. So that will help the Enforcers out immensely, and we'll see if the Enforcers can pull their way up over the next 4 games as well and try to find their way back to a competitive spot for that first place opportunity. Enforcers win 5-2. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, Elmira.